I don't know why I'm like insisting. I'm like, oh yeah, let me get my can front and center. We're not talking about beer technically, but
yeah, that's what everybody can hear right now.
oh, now
So
everyone knows what we talk about behind the scenes.
I would like to start this off with a semi Shakespeare quote and followed up by something from something Terry Pratchett wrote. I believe it was in Macbeth, where the three witches at the beginning go like, "When shall we three meet again?" And in the Terry Pratchett version where that happens, one of the witches go, "Well, I can do next Tuesday." Our next Tuesday has been a hot fucking minute.
Yeah, when was the last time we did like anything together? The three of us. Was it a Weinstefan beer?
Most likely, it was all during COVID.
Oh my god! So it would have been over a year ago. Fuck, really? That's insane.
No, I'm thinking 2, maybe 3 years ago.
No,
less for sure.
Yeah, I really hope it's less because that would be better.
I think it's been about a year. I think it was last spring.
When was the last time we posted a? No.
Tell me.
No.
Tell me.
3 years?
Yes. No, it hasn't been that. No. Not
unless I'm looking at. Hold on. Let me look at Thomas. Search your channel.
That's a fair point, actually.
Because our last thing I see on here is 3 years ago we did the Boba Fett talk with Kyle, and then 3 years also was a Weinstefan Corbinian.
So if I look on my channel and I look at Nerdsense, the last thing we did was Nerdsense, No Hype, and Thomas opened the Book of Boba Fett.
What? I swear that like I feel like we did a Weinstefan review like
yes,
2 days ago.
The last Wire Stefano review I'm seeing is 22 November 2021.
Which one? No, I see one from 22. I see one from 2022.
Yeah,
that's probably the Weinstefan one. I mean, obviously,
Corbinian.
Yeah, that's the one I see. But what do you see
on your channel? That wasn't your channel.
That was on our channel. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but still, that's 2022. It's almost 3 years ago.
Fuck. Time sucks.
Yes, it does. And COVID fucked it up for everybody. And we're not going to do this because we did negative talk right before we went online.
Yeah, let's be positive.
Negative. So, positivity. Yay. Or something.
To be fair, I poured 2 beers in the last 8 minutes. So
good.
Bam.
Well, your 2 beers equal my 1 beer, like ABV wise. So.
Dude, I had
whiskey. I'm talking about being happy.
Exactly.
I'm happy. I'm not. This is a good time.
Why are we here?
You
to talk about a movie that's 2 years old. No. As I was setting up the stream, I'm like, how am I going to write this description? I'm like, all right, we decided to talk about a movie that's 2 years old.
No, it was 2020. Fuck yes.
Yeah, it was.
I keep forgetting that it's been 2025 for 2 months now.
I know, right? I also thought it was the second to last DCU movie. I thought Aquaman was the last one, but then I forgot about Blue Beetle.
I haven't seen Blue Beetle yet.
It's fun. It's sort of like Iron Man, though, in some ways. It's fun, though.
It's
okay.
Fine.
Well, I might watch it after this. I'm still not sure. But we're here for the 2023, apparently, version of The Flash, which let's just start like doing the clockwise thing, and we start with Mike and then Shaun, and then I'll first off, what's your general opinion on the movie before we get to details, just like overall vibe?
I think it's a good movie. It's a fine Flash movie. It's not a good adaptation of Flashpoint, which it's supposed to be, I think.
Damn
but it's okay.
You already brought up a point that I wanted to make later on, but we can get there later on.
But I like it. It's fine.
Fair, yeah. Shaun?
I would say the same. I like it too. I liked it. So after rewatching it, so I rewatched it yesterday and then finished it this morning. I feel like I like it more, but I like it more than when I originally saw it. I've only seen it. This was my second time seeing it. I did have it on like when I was cleaning the basement once, and it did go through the whole way, but I was doing other stuff, so I didn't really watch it. But I found myself when I was taking notes, and I find this like with anything, right? With like beer, you're going to kind of nitpick a little bit, and I definitely have more nitpicks on the rewatch than I did originally.
I know. You know what? I literally commented on something like that in a review that I filmed earlier this week, where I said, you know what, I'm being a bit nitpicky, but honestly, I like the beer. I'm picking on negativity a bit too much, but honestly, I really like the beer and I like drinking it.
And that's what a review is. Like you're overly analyzing it. If you're just watching it to watch it, you're probably not like doing that. But if you're doing it, going into knowing what we're doing, or like what we do with beer reviews, like we could drink a beer, and the beer that you're nitpicking, if you're not reviewing it, you're probably not going to nitpick it because you're just going to drink, have a conversation with someone, watch something, right? So.
But also anyways, think about nitpicking is picking at nits, the little things.
Yeah,
you know,
literally. Yeah. And that's something like I'm a Star Trek fan, and if there's one fan community that's great at nitpicking, it's Trekkies. Like, but 3 episodes ago they did the thing, and now they're saying that it's not the thing, and now the continuity in the canon has been messed, and we hate it. And they did a little bit of a whatever. But I thought it was.
Hold on, wait. Star Trek fans are also willing to fucking forgive anything and justify fucking anything.
That's like really.
You're saying I would make a good Star Trek fan.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Camps. There's really 2 camps. I'm the latter, but maybe I don't know. But I thought it was a very entertaining movie. There's definitely a lot to be said that wasn't as great as it could have been, or maybe even bad. And that could be said if you really look into it. Like, he's part of this movie, Tim Burton, Michael Keaton's original Batman movie. If you really start looking at it, I hadn't seen it in years, and a couple of years ago, I remember turning it on. I was like, "Oh, it's on Netflix. Let's watch this," because I haven't seen it in like I don't know how long. And after like halfway through the movie, I just stopped it, and I was like, "What the fuck?
How do I get out of here?"
No, but
I will not allow any slander of that film.
No, because I was focusing on things.
Did you rewatch The Flash, or did you watch Keaton's Batman?
No, I watched The Flash. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
No. He's talking about rewatching Keaton's Batman. That's what he's talking about.
A couple of years ago.
That's what I thought you meant. So you're saying when you said you found 89 Batman on Netflix, you rewatched it.
A couple of years ago, yeah. And then I felt like after a year, I stopped it because there were so many little things that I noticed, and I was like, "Huh? This just feels weird or awkward, and I don't get it." But hey, I still love the movie. I grew up with it, and I still love that movie. But
you must have been watching a different movie. That's what I'm thinking.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on before Mike gets really.
we already went off on another movie.
Yeah,
no, but we're less than 10 minutes in. I was like, "Yep, this doesn't happen." But anyways, okay.
For me, what did you guys think of? Because that's where I find a lot of the things.
Is that how you want to do it? Like, do you want to start from the beginning?
Well, for me, one of the things that I really wanted to focus on, because it was part of the beginning, is that entire opening action piece.
Yeah.
There's so many things in there that make me go, whoa, and so many things that make me go, oh no, and I'm just curious, like, what did you guys feel?
My first note was, did they say where he got the new suit? I guess I should watch the movie.
It's in a comic.
It was in the...
Oh, really?
I Googled it after, but I feel like why wouldn't they mention it in the movie? All of a sudden he has this brand new suit. My first nitpick on the rewatch was, I like the suit more than I did previously, but the cowl's too bulky. And it's the same feedback for Batfleck's cowl too in this. It's not proportional.
Yeah,
from a safety standpoint, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
I get what you mean. I liked the new suit. Maybe I can forgive the new suit. Maybe that's part of that comic. Mike will know. But I kind of got the impression maybe his first suit was really like put together by himself. Like Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave. You know, he built it in like this basement thing that he had, and maybe his new suit was financed by Wayne Corp. I don't know.
It was
Bruce.
But
yeah.
I have my notes here. My first thought is, I hate the suit. It looks like it's made of taffy.
That's a good
I hate it. I hate it.
I know you do. I know you
I think it is one of the worst Flash suits I've ever seen. It is the drizzling jits.
I get that. It was not my favorite part of the movie. I grew to like it, but
it's so weird looking. It looks like it's.
I like it.
Made
Yeah,
of
like I
fucking
said, I like
candy.
it more, but it's not what I would go for. Like, I feel like Grant Gustin's suits are better.
Do you think it's possible that parts of the suit were CGI enhanced?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Hold on. I'm not sure I'd use the word enhanced, but
fair. Well, there were many moments where I was looking at it and felt like, are they like adding things to it or whatever? Little effects.
Like, obviously, like when he absorbs the energy dissipator and stuff like that. That's going to be full on CGI every single time, right? Like,
I will say what I liked as a really good point was the fact that the suit told him he was running low on energy, because that is a thing that I'm going to ask a few questions throughout this live stream, because you guys have way more in-depth knowledge on the Flash in the comics. I have no idea if this entire concept of him having to eat a lot is part of
it. Is.
Yeah, I thought that was like in the show The Flash. The who plays him again? Forgot his name.
Dustin.
Thank you. I thought that was great that they worked that in such a fun way, especially later on in the movie. But we'll get to that. So I like that little gadget thingy. That was fun. Then again, the entire montage of him snacking. Wait, here's the thing. This is what annoyed me in the opening sequence, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He felt like he himself said, like the janitor, like the stooge, like the
janitor
of the Justice League. That was look at some of his powers. If a really smart man like Bruce Wayne had to catch those bad guys that he was chasing, literally the Flash could have done it in a flash. It felt so neat to.
No, I don't think you're wrong. I think that, but I also think that there's a thing about sometimes people think that they're treated less than, whether they are or not. It's easy to just feel like he did something really important, but I feel like he thought it was small potatoes.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It wasn't. It was just his perception of things.
It was great that he was where he was. Nobody else could have done what he did there. Fair enough. But
yeah.
It's also the script put him there, right?
That's an interesting.
Well, yeah, because he was like so far away from Gotham City. He wasn't there, I guess.
What my dad always says is like, it's why did that happen in the movie? And he's like, it's because the director said so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
There you go.
Like, why didn't he eat sooner? Like, he saw that his calories were low and that this dude was going to take fucking forever to make his sandwich, which I need to know what kind of cheese is on that sandwich, because the sandwich sounds really good until the cheese part. But I'm like, unless it's brie or something like that, or like a softer cheese. But I'm just thinking they're going to throw a slice of cheddar or American on with like honey and bananas. That's a little weird and racist.
What about Gouda?
There is not a nation in the world that considers American cheese except for the United States.
No, it's not. It's pasteurized. It's pasteurized dairy product. It's not cheese.
It's pasteurized dairy product. But anyways, like when he knew he was low and he's like, okay, I'm not going to get this fucking sandwich yet. And then he asked the girls for the granola bar. You're the Flash. You could just run into a goddamn convenience store, grab a bunch of power bars, and drop the money on the counter and run out. Like.
He could have. So it's again, it's nitpicking, but it's one of those little things that made that entire sequence, like in itself, the entire fangirls who were suddenly there going, "Oh my God, it's the Flash!" and la 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 la.
They should have seen that suit and said, "That suit sucks. The other one was better." And
Like, exactly. If they were real fans, they would have. No, but it took me out of the moment. It was the idea of it is cutesy.
In the fact that they like stopped the titles and then redid it again, which I thought was it was cutesy, it was funny, but like it did take you out of the moment where they're like,
however,
it started showing the flash and then it stopped and then he did it again. Yeah.
However, it also felt very comic booky.
Yes. And that's where let it slide.
Exactly. It just felt the entire action sequence, not even mentioning the horrible CGI, which is part of the movie, I suppose. It had so many. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I was going to say the action sequence. Are we going to get to the hospital? I guess we'll get. Yeah, I guess we'll get.
Let's go to the hospital action sequence. One of my favorite comments I heard somebody say is, it felt very bad that the Flash put a baby in a microwave.
No, why? That's not bad. That's not bad. The microwave was unplugged, and then the microwave. You know what? I didn't catch the first fucking time. The microwave fucking dinged. I almost texted both of you when I was watching it, and I was like, "Nope, we'll talk about it tomorrow." And I was like,
"Yes,
Mike, why did it ding? Where's the power? Did he plug it in after he brought it down?"
Shaun, do you remember old microwaves?
I was about to say that.
They have batteries?
No, it's on a click timer.
Yeah.
You're right.
But was this one of those microwaves?
I didn't look at it. Who knows?
Exactly. The moment you mentioned it, this is so much fun because the moment Shaun mentioned it, I was like, I hated it. And the moment that at that exact same time, I started thinking about the click, the timer thingy in the old ones.
Because my air fryer does that too. Like my air fryer is like a really cheap one because our old one died, so we bought a cheap one for the replacement. And the timer, like I went to go cook Kaylee sausage the other day. And I put the timer on. It's just like dial, and it dinged. And I opened the thing up. I'm like, it's still frozen. So yeah, you're right. I probably should have thought of that given the air fryer, but I didn't.
But it's okay. But the entire sequence, what took me out was, I never really felt any sense of this is going to be dangerous because so much comedy was sprinkled through it.
Yeah, like the dog. It was adorable, but like, yeah.
Exactly. It made me feel like there's no, oh, fuck. I just looked at it. He was hiding it all behind.
Yeah, I purposely almost did this from my office where I have the exact same one, but instead I changed the art around a little bit. So this is, this was made before Flash came out. So it's the Flash, like Batman going back, and then also this.
Oh, fucking hell. That's cool. Yeah. That's really cool. I like that. But yeah, that's. And getting back to the Batfleck, I'm just gonna call him. I never call him Batfleck, but you mentioned it, so I'll just use the title as well. Especially
it's
since
Batfleck. Why wouldn't you call him Batfleck?
It works so well. I don't know how it works. So you can't say Bat Keaton. You can't say Bat Clooney.
You just call him Batfleck in the movie.
Yeah,
it's not even Batman. It's Batfleck.
But he's Batman.
No, he's Batfleck.
Okay, he's
challenge accepted. I'm gonna go back and edit that and just.
I felt that version of Batman was done dirty.
Why?
Because I love that version of Batman, and I think Batman versus Superman, the Ultimate Edition, and Snyder's Justice League Edition are some of my favorite Batman moments on screen. I really love it, and I just felt like his new suit was weird, and that weird interaction with Wonder Woman and with the Lasso of Truth felt so weird. And I know similar moments have happened in the comics, but it all felt so. And this was his last hurrah. And
it also, by the way, it also happened in Batman v in Justice League. Justice League. Yeah, it happened in that for sure.
I think it was fun to see him in the light, like in the daytime. Well,
sorry,
go ahead, Mike.
Just one, Mike. What happened in Justice League?
No, they have weird little like pseudo sitcom-y romance moments.
Yeah, in the Snyder version or in the?
Oh yeah.
Because remember, like he
in both versions.
It, someone else, Aquaman's sitting on it, or Flash is sitting on it, and stuff like that.
I remember some of those. I'd have to rewatch the Snyder cut because I remember some awkward, but I remember most of those awkward moments being from the Whedon edition.
Even that stuff on Whedon's version, I actually didn't think it was poorly handled. The stuff with Flash and Wonder Woman was horribly handled. But the stuff with between Wonder Woman and Bruce I thought was fine in that.
Yeah. And I do agree about the suit though. The suit was cool looking. Like I like the blue and the gray, but the mesh was weird. But I guess like if you can like, is it because he dropped from the thing? He needed something. Is that like a harness that he just kept on? Like
could be. I don't know. But you know what it reminded me of? And then I'm going to go back to a completely different version of Batman. You know what it reminded me of? Hockey pads.
Yeah, it is weird why he had. Yeah, I think if he didn't have any of that stuff on, like the blue gray would have looked cool. His cowl was a little bulky, but and then you could definitely tell on the bike scenes that was not him. That they CGI'd his like fucking jaw onto it, just a little bit, just a tad. But like Alfred was great in that scene, like just calling the shots and shit.
Cheers, Sammy.
Cheers, Sammy. Like. And it sucks that that's like the last that we got of both. That's not the last time we got Batman. That's the last time we got freaking Jeremy Irons as Alfred. He's a great Alfred.
Last time he's the best Alfred. Sorry, I agree. I agree with you guys. He is the best Alfred.
If we had done any of this talking about any kind of movie and Alfred came up and it was all during Nolan's movies, I would have said fucking Michael Caine was amazing. But Jeremy Irons just did some sort of, I don't know. I can't explain. It's je ne sais quoi, but he fucking nailed that part.
In film, we have not had a bad Alfred. Michael Goff is great. Michael Goff is great.
Yes.
I think that Michael Caine is great. I think Jeremy Irons is great. I think that the dude from Lord of the Rings was
Andy
pretty
Serkis.
good.
Yeah,
he was pretty good.
He was very Jeremy Irons like because like he was more like
what?
Not like a butler. He was more like I'm helping you out type.
Andy Serkis in
the Batman.
Oh, I will. By the way, say that the Batman. Just quick segue. The Batman with I keep wanting to say
Pattinson. So you can do it with his. Actually, you can do it with his name too.
Yeah, but it was a fucking amazing Batman.
I liked it a lot. I recently, and I know Mike doesn't like it as much, but I recently rewatched it because Carrie wanted to watch The Penguin. And I was like, oh, you got to watch the Batman first. And I rewatched like 2 months ago, and I really loved it. I've seen it like that was probably my third time seeing it. And I like it more and more.
Agreed.
How many times have you seen it, Mike?
We are gonna not say anything negative on this show.
No, I said how many times have you seen it?
I think probably twice.
Yeah,
it was a movie.
Okay, all right, we'll move on.
It was a great Batmobile.
It was a thing.
Don't say that in front of Mike. You don't want negativity. I thought the Batmobile was great too. It was freaking practical, minus the jet. Well, the jet engine, but still, it's practical. It was like a muscle car that he put a jet engine into, or put a big engine into it. Like I think
it's a practical car. I do. Congratulations! It's not a fucking Batmobile.
So
ridiculous. Apologize for that comment. Apologize.
I'm sorry.
It was the more practical of the Batmobiles.
Practical. This is an oxymoron. What is this? Ridiculous.
Okay. I love hanging out with you guys because everything derails in about 3 seconds. Every time we get back on topic, it's like, wow.
All right. Okay, where are we now? We're Batman.
Give me. Let me actually go back to the Batsuit for a second.
Yeah.
My note on that one. People shit on the Batsuit, but I like it fine. I don't necessarily know the functional use of it outside of the desire to make a new toy. I thought it was fine. I have no issue with it. I think it's there's one look of it where it looks like it's all like mirrors and stuff, which I thought was a little strange. I think this is true. I think that the cowl was black on film. I think it was edited to look blue in post. There's something weird about it.
Were they really? Of the stunt actor? Yeah, let me pull it up. Hold on, let me see.
Oh, you might be right. I don't listen. I bought the fucking toy. I like it. So I don't care.
Why do we not get toys like that over here? That fucking sucks.
How come if I type in spy shots, I get like random shit?
Thomas, if you want money, if you want money, you don't want those toys to be there.
Yeah,
we have.
Yeah, it was definitely blue.
They have these toys. I have no money. That's how it works.
That's a fair enough point. I have no money. I have a lot of beer.
That's fair. Shaun, I'm sorry. I spoke over you. What were you saying?
No. I'm just saying it was blue.
That's fair. The original toys that came out with that suit did have all black accoutrement. The blue cowl came out way later. Yeah.
I kind of like the idea of blue cowl. Wasn't that a big thing in like the 70s comics? Like the blue.
It was a big thing from the 40s until the 80s.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember seeing comics from the 70s. I don't really remember from the 80s.
Even Dark Knight Returns, it's a blue cowl for at least half the book.
That's a fair point.
Wasn't Death in the Family also blue? That was.
I believe it was. I
have it upstairs somewhere. It's one of the last few comics
The thing is, the blue. I'm almost positive this is true. The blue was only ever supposed to be highlights, like because of the weirdness of black ink in comics at the time.
Yeah.
But over time, it just sort of became the color. Like
the more my mental image of all these comics is like it was always sort of like a shade that you saw, like partial black, partial blue.
But once you hit the 40s, it became just basically blue. Once you hit I think even like the first issue of Batman with Robin, it is very much a blue suit. I'm almost positive, and I like it. I like the blue. If I want the next Batman to be blue and gray.
Dude, fast forwarding a little bit, like when they show the suits in the 89 cave. Fucking all the suits were awesome. Like, but the black and the black and the blue and gray suit, fuck man. I like paused it and was like, I guess Shaun, you could just Google this and find a high res image, but I was just like, oh man.
I'm gonna have to rewatch for that part just specifically.
I think a company released a sort of toy version of that. I believe that's true. I think that's true.
I would buy all of those.
Agreed.
No, but I think it was like the setup. It was probably extremely expensive. I might be misremembering, but I think that's true.
Shaun, what's the next note you have?
It's the hospital rescue scene. Well, here are my notes. This fucking hospital rescue. It's clever for sure, but Jesus Christ. And then I think that like the Jesus, just like what we're talking about, is very comedic. But then my next note after that was babies roll. So when he put them on like the stretcher with nothing on the sides of them, I'm like, they're gonna roll fucking off within a second.
Yeah.
And then the next one was, how did the microwave ding if it wasn't plugged in? What the fuck? But Mike answered that. And it's a hospital, so they probably don't have a lot of money. So they probably have old microwaves. I need to find the microwave now. I'm gonna go. What kind of microwave is this?
My comment on that was the food bit during the baby rescue is really weird.
Yeah.
But it kind of goes back to what I said. Like, why didn't you just go into a convenience store? What he did there makes most sense.
No. Why did you just not have that bit at all? Why couldn't he have just been fed? Like, no, this is just silly. It's plot. It's a plot device that just didn't really. The only payoff we had was when younger Barry is sitting there stuffing his face with the spaghetti at the main merit. There's no real payoff to it. It was kind of silly.
Here's the thing, and this is what annoys me the most about that entire scene. This guy is supposed to be incredibly smart, right?
Who?
Barry.
The Flash is very smart. I'm not sure this version of Flash is very smart.
Well, let's just say that that's maybe my point of view, because I felt like he's supposed to be very smart because
what's his job? Is he working for the police? I couldn't figure that out.
What?
Yes, he works for the crime lab.
Okay, I must have.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Thomas. Sorry.
If he was really smart, he wouldn't have risked not getting any food because he buys it somewhere. Because I as a European, I always get the idea that's what Americans do. You guys don't have breakfast at home. You go somewhere and get breakfast. That's probably completely fucking wrong.
Yeah,
I made andouille and eggs for breakfast yesterday
Exactly.
at 3 in the morning.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, but
we
what I'm
go out like
saying is that's the image
month.
that we're getting. That's the image that we're getting from media. I would have really made sure I got fed and made sure my pantry was always stuffed with food, and I would eat before I left the house just in case an emergency comes up. Because you know what? I'm a fucking superhero, and I need to make sure.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's.
And I get that he likes the girl at the coffee shop, so that part makes sense. Maybe he just literally goes there every day. The sandwich is part of it, but the other part is the girl.
Maybe she knows.
I also think that part of the Flash's problem is that he's never on time.
No, that's interesting.
That's not the movie. That's just how it is.
Yeah,
that's how it is in everything. He's never on time. Fastest man alive, can't get anywhere on time. I think that he's just they were trying to play off of that. I just don't think they did a very good job of it.
No.
I think this movie has some structural flaws, and I think that's it starts off sort of shaky right off the bat.
You know what I just noticed?
What? Sorry, real quick. One of my note is that the whole like when you see him like sitting there trying to eat the burrito and it's all so weird. I think it takes you out of the moment so easily. It's weird,
especially the way he eats the burrito.
He eats it like something.
It's look, which is not a negative, but we're being very. The funny thing is, we started this off that we all said we actually thought it was quite a fun movie, and we're 31 minutes in. We've only been negative about the movie.
And you know what? That's just how we are. I think.
I know, but let's get to something positive, because after the entire hospital rescue, we get into a completely different. I'm including the scene on the bridge with Batman, Wonder Woman, the entire awkwardness about having had sex in the past and everything. We get to a point in the movie where we get to something that is, I feel, very positive about the movie. It really has.
Can we pause 1 second?
Yeah.
Hold on. You guys see that?
No.
A baby?
Yeah. All right. So it does have a dial, but it's also digital, which makes no sense.
No, the dial is to adjust the menu, but that does mean
that not a turn timer.
So the ding, the ding should not have happened.
Okay, that's it. Okay, let's go.
I used to sell these things. I would know. I used to sell them. I would know. We got this sorted now. But for me, one of the most positive things about the entire movie.
Sorted is right.
What?
Sorted is right.
What?
No.
Sorted, the movie. The word, not sorted. Sorted. SORDID.
I don't know that movie.
No, the word. I fucked up the word.
That's okay. Sorry.
The word sorted. Yeah, it's like means like sort of like negative and weird. Anyway, go ahead.
The movie has heart. The movie really has a very nice, deep, emotional core. About which is so soppy and maybe very Hollywood and melodramatic and whatever, but it works. The core of the movie, Barry finally learning to grieve, accept loss, become more emotionally and stable. He becomes more mature, which I feel is quite ironic considering the lead actor. They're pretty fucked up, but I've seen it a few times now. I think 3 or 4 times, and the one thing that always gets me is, and that's already going towards the end of the movie where he finally says goodbye
to his mom. Oh, dude, I made a note of that scene was.
And I'm okay with skipping here and there, by the way, but that touches something, because I want to say something positive here. The movie really is kind of about growing up and learning to deal with your past, and Barry seeing a part of his past that could have been, I don't know. I'm not saying it works amazingly well, but I feel that it did deliver on that in the end. With him saying goodbye, getting to finally say I love you, and I'll miss you. Yeah.
I will go back a quick step, but I'll catch up real fast. My next couple notes are: one is Godot is wonderful as Wonder Woman. That wasn't supposed to be a weird fucking
brief, but yeah,
thing. But her suit looks awesome. She looks great. I put Ron Livingston as Henry Allen is fine. I like Billy Crudup better.
Agreed.
And then my next one is Maribel Verdú is awesome as Nora Allen. She is awesome.
Yeah.
She is an open wound of a heart.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen her anything else.
She explodes off the screen the whole time. She is just magnetic.
This movie, the entire concept of what I just said about him finally being able to say goodbye, it would not have been as heartfelt and tear-jerking if it wasn't for her performance and her just being there and being just this. It just.
I feel like even at that scene at the end you talked about with her and Ezra as Barry. I know Ezra is I don't know, like I don't know, like they them. In this case, we're all talking about Barry. Barry is a him.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to be negative, but like with Barry is a him.
I know what you're saying.
When she is talking to Barry, and Barry seems like he is like marveling at her performance. Even like the whole thing is wild. Yeah. She is just a beating heart. It is wild how good she is. She has probably, I don't know, like fucking 6 minutes of screen time, and you walk away like thinking about her a lot. Like
I agree. This movie would not have been as well, not as good, but the movie would have been a lot less than what it is.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that performance, as small as it was a bit more than 6 minutes.
I think it was a big role. I still don't think it had a lot of screen time. It was a big role. Like, absolutely one of the most important roles in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she's like the reason the film kind of had to happen, right? Like,
yeah.
Agreed. Totally.
Jacket getting chilly down here.
That's okay. But yeah, I felt that the movie had a lot of heart, and it worked with that, and I appreciated that a lot. So yeah, next note.
Let's see. What do I got? Nope. Babies, Hungary. I already did that. Oh, the scene with Bruce when
that's my next note too. Good.
That like when Barry realized that he could go back in time and fix things, and then Bruce says, "These scars we have make it who we are." That whole scene was freaking phenomenal. I believe you.
These scars make us who we are. Yeah.
That
so well done, so great. Like, I just wish there was more Affleck Bruce.
There is a moment, a scene. I don't know if I shared it with you guys. I saw it on Instagram, YouTube, wherever it was, where Ben Affleck is such a great Batman and Bruce Wayne. There's a moment in Batman versus Superman where he's talking to Alfred about, if there is a 1% possibility that he could turn into being something evil, we have to take that as a guarantee. And in that monologue, his voice goes from Bruce Wayne to Batman for just a little bit and then back.
Mm-hmm.
He does that so marvelously. And then to have that wounded creature that we get to see in Batman versus Superman for the first time, that is, even though he's been doing this for 20 years, is still that little boy that is just angry, is now the one to, man, that fucking was so just brilliant.
It's so good.
He follows it up shortly. Shaun, sorry to interrupt you. He follows up shortly with, "There's nothing broken with you that needs to be fixed."
Yes.
It's like who the fuck is writing this? It was so good. It was so good.
That was such great therapy, and especially again coming from Bruce.
Sorry, Shaun, I didn't interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I was gonna skip ahead in my notes a bit. It skips past like a bunch of stuff, but this note makes sense because it also kind of my note says fuck Zaslav or whatever, how you ever pronounce his name, for depriving us of more Keaton Batman. But he also fucked Affleck too. Like I feel like he's probably the reason why we didn't get more Affleck as Batman. He's definitely 100% the reason that we didn't get more Keaton Batman.
You guys bringing that up, that amazing moment, that basically the last time we saw Batfleck, I'll say it.
We should have seen him in the Aquaman 2.
Yeah, we would have. Yeah, but I'm just saying the fact that highlight what really was one of the things that I hated about this movie. It was the last time we ever saw Ben Affleck. The fact that you kind of redeemed that scene for me now. I enjoy it a lot more because we talked about this now and just how amazing that small performance was. That small moment, how great that was.
Yeah,
made me appreciate it a lot more.
I think that was the scene that Affleck talked about later, that he finally figured out how to play Batman. I think that was the scene that he was talking about.
And it was the last scene ever.
Yeah. It was so good. Yeah, it was so good. I do feel like it is weird. Like even when you see that scene, you feel like Affleck knew that was supposed to be it. I know he was in Aquaman, but Aquaman was supposed to come out first. You know,
they cut that, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he knew when he did that scene that was his last bit.
Was Aquaman 2 supposed to? No, because the Flash movie, this movie has been in the making since I believe 2016.
Yeah, no. The film wasn't filmed until like 2001 or something like that.
1,000 times. Yeah.
Yeah, but Aquaman was supposed to come out first, and then there was some weirdness, I think, that they end up changing. But there is footage of. I mean, it was supposed to be that Keaton was supposed to be in Aquaman, and then it became somehow then it was supposed to be Affleck, whatever. But there is a bit with with Affleck and Momoa on set talking.
Yeah, I don't know.
On set, but yeah,
they were seen together. Stuff was filmed.
It was official. Yeah, they posted that they were going to do it, and like,
hey, on that subject, because I wanted to maybe go there later on. We can do it now because there's two subjects I really wanted to talk about when it comes to this movie. Well, several, but there's three that are really on my mind. The first one is shenanigans. There's a lot of like little shenanigans in terms of dialogue and things that happen between like the new Barry, the young Barry, and his roommates. All the little shenanigans that go on there in terms of dialogue.
Eric Stoltz, Back to the Future.
Eric Stoltz was great. The tattoo was fucking amazing.
That was hilarious when he lifted his leg.
When he put the leg all the way up.
Yeah. All the little shenanigans and jokes in both dialogue and action between, like movements between both Barrys, is those shenanigans. One thing that we really need, because if we feel that Michael Keaton was screwed over, or if Ben Affleck was screwed over, and now I forgot her name. This sucks. Supergirl.
Well, she technically died, so I wonder if like that even matters. Like she
she filmed scenes for the end of the movie. She lived.
You're right.
They filmed scenes with it wasn't George Clooney at the end. It was Michael Keaton. And they were supposed. But maybe because we've been talking about Batman a little bit now, let's talk about Michael Keaton's Batman.
My big takeaway, and I remember from the beginning when I first saw it, and then I was rewatching it again. I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it bothers me that he's wearing flip-flops. I don't know why. It really bothers me.
That made me laugh. I thought it was funny.
It makes me laugh too. But you're not Batman, Mike. No, sorry.
I might be. You've never seen me and Batman in the same room. I'm just saying.
Hey, that's a fair point. I once actually had somebody told me, and I'm not really sure if they meant it in a very positive way. They're like, "You're Batman." But I think they were talking about my mental state, not in a good way. But no, that's segueing. So we mentioned something earlier, and you guys got a bit angry. 1989's Batman is a movie that will always be cherished by me. But with the Batman adaptations that we've had, because for me, it was always the Batman. Right now, I see it as a fun, interesting Batman movie, but I see it as Tim Burton's take on Batman and not a real great representation of the comics, which I feel other adaptations over the last few years have done better. Now, 1989's Batman will always be, it's part of my childhood. I grew up with it. But it's not my definitive version of Batman anymore.
All right, I will say something real fast. Is Batman is a lot of things, and of a lot of comic book characters, Batman is probably more things than others. And there's a lot of different interpretations, a lot of different versions, and none of them can be all of them.
I agree. I agree on that.
Son, go ahead. You had a point?
Yeah, what Thomas said was this was Tim Burton's representation of Batman, and I don't agree with that 89 was that. I agree that Returns was.
That's actually a very
Returns definitely was his interpretation of Batman. He like made a whole other movie.
I'm gonna agree with
a whole other universe.
I'm gonna agree with you on that one. That is a fair point. That is.
I was gonna make that point. I'm glad you did though. I was going to. I just didn't want to keep talking because I had already interrupted you. When it comes to
Burton Batman, Mike, that's the only time I think we're ever on 100,000,000% the same page on anything.
What up, Craig? Craig's cool. Craig's awesome. Love you, guy. Love you, bro. No, but I will agree on that. But I've come to love Nolan's take on Batman more.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Did I ever tell you? Sorry, not to cut you off, but did I ever tell you when I left Batman Begins, I didn't like it, and I came home and I immediately watched 1989 Batman.
Yeah, really?
I don't know if I ever told Mike that.
I know that when I saw the movie,
you saw the midnight showing. Oh, did I see the midnight showing with you, or who did I see it with? I don't remember. You maybe? I think you went away.
I know I was texting you after I saw it, and you were like stuck at like Canopy because your car broke down or something. You're waiting for someone to come pick you up. Remember this?
No.
Yeah, your car. Yeah, and so maybe you had already seen it, but I remember saying how much I loved it, and you were like stuck in a fucking theme park because the car broke down or something ridiculous.
Yeah, I distinctly remember I was still in my parents' house. I remember going home, and putting on 89 specifically.
I left Batman Begins and I loved it.
I love it now.
And I still do. I still do.
Yeah, 100%. Same here. But like, yeah, I don't know what it was. I think it was like I wasn't ready. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For a new Batman, like I wanted more Keaton, obviously, we had Clooney.
Yeah, you wanted more Clooney. Yeah, it's fair. That's fair.
But anyway, sorry, Thomas.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. But my point is that this movie did make me love my nostalgia for that movie a lot more. It made me really feel like a kid again watching that, which is something I really needed at that time. Watching the Flash for the first time, reconnecting with something from back then that I actually enjoyed,
but not so much now.
What?
I'm kidding.
No, I didn't hear.
And I said, but not so much now because you didn't really like 89.
No. Sorry, but I will probably give 1989 a chance again soon because maybe I watched it at a wrong point in my life because it was like 3-4 years ago. I don't remember. Anyway,
you don't watch it once a year, at least
once a year.
I said at least.
I don't have a proper version of it right now. I need to get a proper. There's a few movies I need to get proper versions of again. For example, and I know for a fact that Mike is gonna agree with me. I think you will too, Shaun. There are no proper versions anywhere to be found to be streamed of the original 3 Turtles movies. And I will
at my house you can.
In the States you probably can, but here in Europe you can. I need great Blu-ray qualities of and I haven't found them yet for at least.
I don't think they ever made a 4K remaster of them, did they?
No, but at least decent Blu-ray versions. But
they do have those.
Did they make a 4K of the 90s Turtles?
No, not 4K. I don't need 4K.
No, but
there are Blu-rays.
I'm saying here in Europe for a decent price. That's what I'm saying.
Oh shit! Arrow Video is putting out a 4K Blu-ray this year.
Fuck, awesome. Hopefully it'll reach the Netherlands. But
that might be American only though.
I really think.
Yeah, but if we get a rip of it, we could send it to Thomas some way, shape, or form.
That's fair.
We should do a beer exchange soon as well again. As soon as I can find an option, because they're pretty tricky these days.
That was a pain in the butt, though, but yeah, I agree.
Keaton did a pretty fucking good job in this movie, and
dude, he did an awesome job.
He awesome. Really, I know some people say in reviews they felt that he phoned it in or that he just showed up for the money. And you know what? Maybe that's what it started it for him. But I really got the idea he had a lot of fucking fun.
I agree.
I just wish he didn't say the nuts line. I think that they could have maybe. Sorry?
That was the script, not him.
I know, but if I was Keaton, I'd be like, I don't need to say that. Thanks. Like, I'm Batman, fine, but like, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Like,
exactly. That's what I wanted to point out. Is some of the member berries, as the kids these days like to say, the want to get nuts, get nuts.
Say that again.
Member berries.
Is that like a Gen Z Netherlands thing?
No, it's member berries. It's like sprinkling things in new adaptations of old things or whatever, and it's all has to do with reconnect. Google it. Member berries.
That you know what that is.
No, but Google it. It's a thing. Anyway, like the one that you just said, or when he asked him how much do you weigh. When he did the thing with the explosion, like it was a callback.
Yeah, like he pulled out a fucking tape measure.
Well, I did the math.
Yeah.
They're saying that Sasha Kaye weighed 80 pounds. They said 180 times 2, that's 360, total 440.
At that moment,
Sasha Kaye is only 80 pounds.
Skinny.
No, but
she was pretty skinny.
She just came out of. She still needed to be reinvigorated. At that moment, it's very possible.
She has bone structure, man.
Yeah, you know how much but she is very small. The average, I believe, I once read that the average male adult skeleton. I'm talking about somebody's like 180, 185 centimeters, which is I don't know how much in fucking feet. 6 feet, let's say 6 feet. I think the average skeleton of a human male would be 40 kilos, which is roughly 80 pounds. She's a lot smaller, shorter, I mean. And she was like, I don't know what the proper word is, but like emaciated? Yeah, thank you.
You watch.
Cheers to Video. So Video is somebody that follows my channel from Italy.
Nitro
yeah.
Stout,
So cheers to Video. Yeah. Sorry. Now I got my brain got derailed. But so I think at that stage she hangs, and bone density can also lessen when you're malnourished. So I'm willing to say that the 80 pounds at that moment could be okay. Yeah.
My issue is not whether she weighs 80 pounds. I'd like to know how he knows she weighs 80 pounds.
Oh, shit.
So he never picked her up. Barry was the one carrying her.
Yeah, but Barry's the one that says, wait, what? Who said the
weight?
Well,
Vicky weighed 100. Vicky said she weighed 108. Hold on.
You weigh a little bit more than 108.
Oh, yeah, that's a great thing to say on a first date. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I just the tape measure fucking killed me though. Like,
that was beautiful. That was
what is it? Adam West Batman? But like, and then I'm like, all right, when was the last time this Batman was like actually in action? I'm like, okay,
apparently 1960. Who knows?
Speaking of like his technology and shit, why is his fucking computer unlocked? Barry just goes down to the fucking Batcave and fucking just.
I don't think there's any security on that thing. Who's going to get down there? There's physical security.
He should have fucking. He's Batman, man.
He's 85 years old. We're lucky he didn't open up an AOL fucking inbox.
And when they got into the Batcave, why didn't second timeline Barry his clothes fall off like they did when he fucking went through the floor in the apartment?
He learned how to do it better.
Oh yeah, because I guess you can phase all the molecules you have. Okay, fair enough. Okay, yeah, no, I'll allow that one.
He learns.
I'm gonna grab a beer and pee.
Fast.
That's one of the things I noticed in the film, and I noticed in particular because, and I did tell both of you I would probably be doing this, and I did, as I watched all of the Flash material in the DCEU until I got to this film.
Yeah.
Is this one they did the Yellow Lightning, which is accurate to the comics. In the other ones, they did the Blue Lightning, which is more white to blue lightning.
And didn't they give the alternate Barry the Blue Lightning? He had a different color lightning.
Oh, that might be true. Yeah, they did. I think that's true. I didn't honestly. I didn't pay attention that close. I guess so. Who knows?
Oh fuck me! You're right. He finally. Shit! I never noticed that. I mean, I noticed it now. I never noticed that. Because the Grant Gustin Flash always had Yellow Lightning.
Yeah. No, Yellow Lightning is accurate to the comics. Yeah. That's accurate.
Wait, did Wally West also have Yellow Lightning?
I think that the Flash always did. Most of the Flash comics I read were Barry, to be fair. I know that I know Wally was the main Flash for a very, very long time, especially I think in the 60s, I think. Is where it started, I believe.
Yeah, Wally was the main original, right?
No. The original was Jay Garrick. Jay Garrick was the original. And then Barry Allen. Damn, girl.
Yeah, you're correct. Get fucked, nerds. Fuck yourself, dickhead. I don't know which one of it is, but you're both fucking dickheads. Suck a cock. Suck a cock. Suck a cock. Suck a cock.
Damn.
But
I imagine that
we need to be careful.
Dan.
We need to be careful because the last time it was Dan.
I believe that's Dan. I would say it's probably Dan.
We did a live stream and he was going to leave, and he ended the live stream. He didn't leave the studio. He clicked end stream because that was just his. Live stream stops. We need to not fuck around with this guy because he's going to go in the studio and just end the live stream.
End the stream. Son of a bitch.
He will. If he does, I'm going to end him. I will buy a ticket and come.
Oh, don't say these things.
Yeah, you're just antagonizing.
I love you,
Dan's
Dan.
the best guy I know.
I love you, Dan. If you guys actually want to join this, and oh fuck.
We're fucked.
They're together.
About Dust. That hurt me in my feelings.
I'm gonna hurt you in the feelings. I'm gonna hurt you in the dick.
That hurt me in the love.
You nerds just down here talking about all your comic books. Your freaking movies. Dynamite comics. That doesn't even sell well.
Dynamite comics?
Just do me one favor. Just really do me one favor. Don't end the stream.
Oh, God damn it, Thomas. Stop it.
Hey, but seriously though, if you guys want to join the chat, you're more than welcome.
No, we're actually.
He is here now. They did join.
We're actually.
Oh, you guys didn't join.
Middle of doing reviews right now. Yeah, we're doing a review.
What you drinking?
I was like, would it be inappropriate if I just hopped in and said "get fucked nerds" and left? But I was like, I
think that would have been way funnier than actually putting it in the comments. I would have.
I think I once did that. Like, get fucked.
See, yeah, I didn't want to be like borderline disrespectful, but I wanted to be friendly and. I was fully ready to be disrespectful. Yeah, basically.
What are you guys drinking?
Disrespect the whole thing.
What are you guys drinking?
Oh, beer. Well, actually, we're about to review a cider. So, yeah, we gotta get some cider action on the channel.
Wait, is that like a screw top?
Yeah, it's screw top cider.
It looks like a wine bottle. Nice.
Finger Lake Cider House.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So yeah.
You know what's the best way to get your girlfriend or your partner or whatever, your wife, in the mood? Get some cider and cider.
Are we talk about the Flash? Is that how you get them?
Yeah. But hey, just now you're here. Just very quickly, you guys' thoughts on the Flash? Have you seen the movie? What do you think?
I did see the movie. I did see the movie. At first, I thought, okay, here we go. Here's like your average comic book hero story going on. But as it went on, like I really, enjoyed obviously the probably, what would you say Michael Keaton's role in that bad boy was? But
significant.
Yeah. And probably he stole the show.
Way bigger than I thought I was going to be given the preview.
Yeah. I was watching it with the kid, and that opening scene with the Flash, we were both sitting there going, "Oh no, what have we gotten ourselves into?" And once that was over, I thought like the Michael Keaton stuff was great. The Supergirl stuff was fantastic. When they go to break her, I was like, "This is unbelievable. This is so good." So, and I remember I told my wife afterwards, I was like, "It's not the best movie, but there are parts of it that are so well done that it's worth watching. Like, I want to watch it again just for those parts."
That's the exact point of this live stream, because that's what at first the movie got really like vilified almost. And people who've rewatched it or went in a little bit more open-minded suddenly started realizing, you know what? Yes, it's not great.
Yeah.
And the things that are bad are pretty bad.
Yes.
But the stuff that works is actually, there's a pretty fucking good movie in there.
Agreed.
It just got dragged down by the not so great stuff.
So my daughter was one of the people when she was watching the initial Justice League movie. She was the one going, "Hey, how come this isn't the same Flash as the TV show?" So she was one of those people who's like, "I like that Flash more." But that guy aside, there's more than half of a good movie there, and I would definitely watch it again just for those parts.
Were you guys, by the way, aware? I'm assuming all of you are. Ezra Miller's Flash was in the Flash TV show.
Oh no, I wasn't.
There's an entire point during some sort of big multiverse shenanigan, whatever thing, where both of the Flashes meet each other. And for the longest time, everybody was convinced that a similar scene like that, because of all the multiverse shenanigans in this movie, would have Grant Gustin appear as the Flash in this movie. And there's still some rumors floating around that a scene was filmed with Grant Gustin, but it's never really been confirmed, so we don't really know. It could have been fun.
It would have come out by now if it was.
I think it's a false rumor. But yeah.
I feel like that the scene, the end where they're doing all the multiverse stuff and he's doing a tornado, like everyone was complaining about or whatever. I was like, I didn't think it was that bad either, but I also didn't have a complaint about them CGIing over Henry Cavill's mustache for Superman. So I don't know, maybe I just don't care as much, but I don't know. I thought it was cool. I liked it.
Just when I started liking you guys, and now you.
The other fact about that movie,
cider, baby, come on.
The other fact about that movie, though, I feel like maybe people our age found it significantly better than maybe some younger folk, just simply for the fact that Michael Keaton whole thing, it amplified our nostalgia to where it made the movie much more enjoyable as well. Rather than someone who's like, who the hell is this? I don't get it. Yeah, like it's just some old dude playing Batman and stuff. But
all
right, boys. We're gonna go do the cider review and continue reviews, but I want to stop and say hi.
Leave.
I'm so glad you guys joined.
Leave.
It's good to see you guys.
I mean, no, it stinks.
Thanks, guys. It was fun. But please do the leave.
No, guys, don't leave.
All right, hold on. How do I leave the studio?
Oh no. I'll kick you out. Kick you out.
Kick me out.
That's what Dan's doing. He just wants me. I just don't know how to work.
No, I can literally here.
You still see them in the green room there. It's fine.
No, we can still see you here. What you need to do is remove, just as long as you don't hit that.
Just press back.
Back.
I'll just go back on my browser.
I'm kind of
all right. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Humble. I don't want Shaun to be out technology. That's all. That's all.
Will run
one producer to another producer. I just want Shaun to,
I'm getting better
I
though.
have these channels under control. Cheers, Mike.
All right.
Get
All right.
Shaun
Bye,
under
guys.
control.
All
I
right.
got Dan.
Now you can kick me out of this.
Bye-bye. Cheers. Bye-bye.
All right.
You guys
out. Bye.
Kick them out.
They don't even know how to leave.
I'm on it. I'm getting on it.
I don't even know how to leave.
Bye.
So,
Oh my god.
talking about awkward goodbyes. No, but talking about the entire Batman thing. Yeah. Michael Keaton just really had so much fun with that, and just part of what made the movie great. Well, great, but you know what I mean.
Earlier, remember I said I watched all the Flash stuff up until the movie? So if you wanted to watch the Arrow Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 4, Barry's on screen from minute 16:32 until minute 17:44.
I just went on
And
YouTube and searched the clips and just watched everything.
yeah, well, I found the exact time. Well, I didn't find it. I watched it and recorded the exact time.
I love this guy.
Work smarter, not
And-
harder, Mike. So yeah.
Yeah, no, well, I Mike does Mike things. That's how that works.
I like it.
But what is insinuated in that clip is how Barry gets the name The Flash.
Yes. That's what I
That Grant Gustin says, "Oh, you're the Flash," and it's the Flash, whatever.
And he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's really." Yeah, I remember now. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, they made a scene that was a minute 12, kind of be fun. That was real cool.
Yeah,
that was real
and it was
cool.
filmed cinematic style, not TV style, not like in 1619. It was filmed in I don't know, with the letterbox. It was all filmed like, because they did which is one of the reasons that a lot of people thought that the scene would also be used in the Flash movie. Yeah.
The only
it is
thing
weird that they didn't even have him at the end. Like even like if they CGI Grant in, like they didn't even need to get him there. They could have added him easily.
Yeah,
he could have been the one running on the treadmill instead of what's his code. Like just like it just felt weird that they didn't have him in there. Like
it could have been a white
and
switch.
Sean, we talked about it right after the movie too.
Yeah, I know.
One of those weird ones. But, if you
John
couldn't
Dudley
guess,
shit.
Sean and I went to go see this movie with I think Chan and Josh, right?
So
was that the one where we went to AMC and we paid for IMAX and then it got that was that one. That movie, that theater fucking sucks.
We got
they closed down for roaches recently too.
That's
which
funny.
doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, but we got our money back and then we got to the movie for free, right?
I don't know if no, they gave us the difference.
Well, close enough.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, that was that one. Yeah.
What did you guys think of the fact that Michael Keaton's Batman not only died in this movie, but how he died?
Who cares? Who cares?
It's
all fun. It's all fun. It's all fun.
I was okay with it. I read some reviews, some people who were complaining like this is not what should have happened, and this is not okay for the character, and it would be.
Listen,
it's a different universe.
Listen, we're looking at this is fan service, and exactly. it's fan service done right. And in one of his death scenes where he says you already saved me, kid, or whatever he said, but it's like, dude, that shit was awesome. Yeah. Dude, Michael Keaton could act his way out of fucking anything, and he did a great job. I'm not playing this games of.
I mean, come on.
My version of Batman.
Exactly.
Who cares?
I was hurting my nostalgia. I was hurting my feels, whatever.
And I think and now the question is was Batgirl in that universe, which I don't think it could have been because Barry technically I think made this universe in a sense from splintering. So I don't know how that whatever. Timey-wimey multiverse shit. But
that's a fair enough point where we can start talking about something that Mike already mentioned in the beginning. I've never read the comics, but I know enough of them because I've watched the show, and the show used those events. But basically, this is a take on Flashpoint.
Yeah, yes, 100%.
And Barry learning that altering time doesn't just so much alter one event, but it alters somebody's prepped. Somebody's prepped. But I felt that this was, in a way, Flashpoint.
No, it's a Shlamia.
Which is...
The Hef.
Oh, Hefeweizen.
Every time we've gone there, their Hef has never been canned.
Yes, the first time I've ever seen it.
How many do you have?
This is my last can.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I'm not gonna.
These only look like Shalamir. They're not. There's something else.
Like Carrie loves that beer so much. Save one for April 12th. Not a whole 4-pack.
Yeah, I have another 4-pack.
Fuck.
I won't even tell her. Well, unless she's watching, because then you could just.
I'll give you a can when I'm next to you. Either way, and I'll have some for the 12th.
Cool. Thomas, you coming for the 12th? Mike's having a birthday party for himself.
I didn't invite Thomas.
I did though. So yeah, you can be Carrie and I's +1.
That's fair.
Speaking from somebody who's from Europe.
Ignoring.
Right? Speaking of somebody who's from Europe, how likely is it that I would be welcomed in America right now?
Who gives a fucking shit?
How likely would it be we would be welcomed anywhere in any other country than we are right now?
That is fair enough, because people fucking hate Americans right now.
Thomas, you have an accent, but it's not much. Like no one would fucking be like, I bet that guy's from the Netherlands. We should boot stomp him. No,
maybe what I should do is probably just watch the Jersey Shore a lot and just sound like I'm from Jersey.
And plus, if you came to visit us,
then we hate you.
You're coming to New England, you're not going to like the mega states themselves, so you're fine.
Why would you? Oh, sorry, Vanessa, you really just dropped in on a very awkward moment where we're just having some shenanigans.
Yeah,
which is probably why we should talk about the shenanigans from the movie. Like some of the
shenanigans,
some of the humor at some points really worked. And some of it really sort of doesn't.
Some of it was very sitcom-y. Very much like Three's Company or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were some of your instances of the comedy that you made you kind of go like...
I have a list.
The spaghetti scene. It makes sense, though. He is a good...
Oh, no, the spaghetti... That, I think, was fine. My stuff was like... him cleaning up the apartment, and then she walks in and the closet empties.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then when he leaves, another closet empties.
Yeah.
The beer bottle overflowing.
Mm-hmm.
The beer bottle didn't need to overflow. I don't understand why it needed to overflow.
Because he vibrated coming through the wall. It makes logical sense. It's just, it didn't need to happen.
The entire naked guy falling through the ceiling or the floor into the apartment below, and it's all the women screaming. It felt so. You know which one really
slapsticky? Yeah.
You know which one took me out of the moment, because I know why they put it in there. Is because when Barry's talking about, there's no metahumans, there's no Wonder Woman, there's no Cyborg, there's no Superman, there's no Batman, and then one of the other people goes like, "I'm Batman." One of his, and I'm like, why would they know the entire? Why would somebody know I'm Batman in that voice? It just felt like such a weird little.
I honestly, I didn't even consider that. Like, little logical things would be very easy to kind of fuck with all movies, I guess.
I thought about that Batman part, like logically.
I didn't.
My only thought was there was like a news article, not a news article, like the leaked video. Someone was able to capture Batman on film.
Yeah, I know.
They caught him saying "I'm Batman" in that voice, and then it went viral or some shit like that. That's kind of where my brain went.
Those little things that I don't know. It was one of those little slapsticky things that just for me didn't really work. Just maybe it's one of those member berries I mentioned earlier.
It was silly for sure. 100%. I agree with you. It was silly, but I just tried reasoning in my own mind, why it could have happened. But
the entire fortress scene in the bedroom.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's very sitcom-y. That's true. He covered him in the cushions.
Yeah, new Barry is like, do the thing. Otherwise, I'm gonna scream. and then he does the
Yeah. That's very like Full House.
Yeah.
How
Exactly.
rude, that the next scene is do the thing or I'll scream.
Yeah, and like if we're on that like topic of like that, like I do like this version of Barry, but I do feel like he's funny in the comics and like other stuff, but I feel like he's a little too comic relief in the whole, not even the movie. He's comic relief in the whole he's comic relief like for the whole DCU, clearly.
Yeah, I agree. And it's interesting that I think they try to make Barry Prime not the comic relief, and that younger Barry is the comic relief. And
yeah,
he was,
and I have a note about that because when he was at the back of the computer,
which is
I have
fair
a note too. It's right here. Oh shit, I can't get to it. Young Barry sucks. That's what my note is.
Well, it's interesting because I think that's kind of that is of course kind of the point of the movie in a way, that you want to start sympathizing with this version of the prime version of Barry by making his version that he would want to be very obnoxious and ultimately even turn out to be in a way Reverse Flash.
They did say flat out that Reverse Flash hadn't been revealed yet, and that he probably still was the killer of Nora.
That's what I'm thinking it had to be.
Oh, this is fun. Vanessa literally just said, I liked the Flash movie. I had to watch it a few times. Honestly, that's basically what we're talking about. But, we watched it a few times and we found that there's a lot to like about the movie, actually. We're just being very nitpicky bastards and talking about the shit that we disliked.
Honestly, Mike and I could probably do this with Batman 89 and we could just be as negative, but like still love it. You know what I mean? Like there could be, let's be real. There's certain.
I'm in. I'm doing that. I'm in for that. I'm doing that.
No, we have to do it behind closed doors. We don't want anyone else to see it.
But no, I think that's basically the part of the point that for, in all of the, as much as I know, as far as I know, comic book history, Reverse Flash is, of course, God, what's his name again?
Eobard Thawne.
Thank you, Thawne.
But there are a few.
Yeah.
I know. Eobard's the original, but there's like 4 or 5 different.
I know, but for saying that, that's like saying there's several versions of some bad guys, but there's usually the original one. Let's just say that the OG Reverse Flash is
Eobard
Thawne, and they kind of wanted to go with the concept that this.
Well, they did the Dark Flash. The Dark Flash did different versions of what that is, and one of them was Walter West, not Wally West, but Walter West. There's a Dark Flash is not just one thing either, and they did versions of it in the show as well. Dark Flash is a thing in concept.
Salvatore.
Yeah, Salvatore. Yep, that's right.
Why they never mentioned the name Salvatore in this movie? Because he clearly was supposed to be.
He's very much the Salvatore from the show.
Yeah.
What do they call him in the figure?
Very much Salvatore.
You're the figure,
literally,
right?
literally.
Dark Flash.
Dark Flash.
Yeah, in season 3 of the show, when they introduce Salvatore, he basically, in his first appearance, already says who he is.
What does he say?
At some point, he says, "I am the future Flash." And people think that he is saying.
Oh, I really remember seeing that. Yeah.
But basically, the first thing he ever tells them that he's not "I am the future Flash." He tells them, "I am the future Flash."
Yeah.
And that's
punctuation is a big thing. He's like, no comma.
no comments, no comma. But and that is the entire thing here, that they were trying to do a few things, and the Dark Flash, the Salvatore thing, Reverse Flash. We just talked. I think you were away for that little point where. Oh, that's cool. Dark Flash. There you go. Vanessa saying, "I liked Michael Keaton in his kitchen."
I thought the fight scene was great. Like it was
awesome.
It showed him that he was still really nimble. And I really did enjoy minus obviously the flip flops. I don't know why that still bothers me, but yeah. Otherwise,
I have a note. I have a note that this is my note for 2 sentences. Keaton Batman rules ass. Period. Then 25 or 6-4 is a great soundtrack to an ass whooping.
What was the song called?
25 or 6-4.
I knew the song. I can't think of it now.
Yeah, it's by a band called Chicago. They're awesome.
Okay.
It's a great fucking. It's great.
I'm gonna have to rewatch the movie just for that part now. Technically, wouldn't Reverse Flash always be running back in time? Probably enough.
He's not. Dark Flash and Reverse Flash are different things.
I know, but I do feel that they tried to sprinkle some Reverse Flash in it. But that.
No, I agree.
You know,
I agree. Yeah.
It was
weird they never showed who killed him.
Amalgamation of like Savitar, Dark Flash, Reverse Flash, sort of all mixed in one. It worked. I'm not saying it didn't work.
I wish Dawn was in the film. I wish it wasn't Dark Flash. I wish
played by Grant Gustin. Could you imagine that?
Oh shit!
Fuck!
God damn, son, that is a.
Or John Wesley Shipp. I would have taken either of them.
What about the guy who played? What about the guy who played the? He wasn't Thawne. He was
Zoom
playing Thawne.
Oh,
no.
The fake. Who played the fake original Flash, Golden Age Flash, and then played Zoom?
No.
The actor who was playing Eobard through the first season.
Oh,
the doctor, the guy who owned
he went throughout the entire show, like multiverse versions of him. Guys,
if he played Thawne, you would have smelled me shitting in the theater.
No doubt, no fucking doubt.
I would have smelled Thomas shitting all the way from the Netherlands. That's
true
story.
I'm gonna be back in like a little bit. I'm gonna mute, but I can still hear you guys.
Go for it. Yeah, that would have been. Oh man, yeah. It just really bums me out that they didn't give anything to that show. Like it did that show did so much for the character that I don't know.
You know, one of the things I thought about for a while, I used to kind of say pretty strongly that my favorite Flash suit was the BVS Suicide Squad, whatever that suit. That is my favorite Flash suit ever, by far. That version of Flash is not my favorite Flash.
Yeah.
For live action, Grant Gustin is
he's fucking great. He's a great Barry.
He's a great Flash. I agree. Yeah, I mean, I love John Wesley Shipp as Barry as well. Although his version of Barry in the old show was really closer to Wally in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But his name was Barry, so you eat it, and that's what it is. But I think I like those versions of Barry as Barry better. But the suit for me by far my favorite of any version ever, comics or everything. My favorite suit is the
oh really, comics too?
Yeah, it's my favorite one. I just think it looks fucking awesome. It's my favorite by far.
I don't know. It's weird. I think it's John Wesley Shipp's. Like I don't know.
Bulgy fucking plush suit.
Just TV. Not TV. Just like on screen. I don't know. I remember something about that suit like really fucking pulls me in. I don't know if it's the connection to like the Burton verse or what, but like something about that suit in that show just I don't know. That suit's just like it screams.
Which
second
John Wesley Shipp suit from the 90s Flash show.
Oh fuck, that was just so it was both like how
and awful. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
I agree.
It was
like Mike said plush. I mean, it is like, but like the look. Maybe if it wasn't plush, it maybe would have looked cooler. But it had everything you needed in a Flash suit. Like it was simple in a sense, but what were you
Speaking of John Wesley Shipp, though, my second favorite Flash suit ever, by far, my second favorite
is Jay Garrick.
Jay Garrick. Hey, Jay Garrick.
I thought
perfect.
the fake Jay Garrick suit was fucking great.
Perfect.
And then he came out like this, and I was like, "What?
More perfect."
The moment in the I think it was the final episode of season 1 when that helmet dropped through the portal thing, and so many old school Flash fans were like, "Well, if you want to talk about smelling shit from different places, I think the world smelled like shit that moment because." People went fucking nuts. They were like, "What the fuck just happened?" There we
and
go.
then I shit my pants again when I realized that he wasn't really the real Jay Garrick.
Yeah,
Which is,
and he was so good at Jay Garrick, but
He
then when it was
was.
John Wesley Shipp, it was even better.
Yeah. Wild.
You
And then
guys
when they had
know
John
what's
Wesley
nice?
Shipp come back as like in his full-on suit on the cosmic treadmill, like what the fuck?
So
you know
good.
what I love about this entire DC connecting thing is what I just love. Mark Hamill, who showed up in the 1990 show as the Trickster.
Yep.
You know, there's a
And
interesting.
then he pretty much showed up as the fucking Joker, but they couldn't call him the Joker in the CW show.
Yeah, exactly, which was fucking amazing. And then have like the biggest Joker ever connected to all of this. It's just fucking. I love that. I love that about that show.
That whole universe, like the CW universe in general, has to be some of the best stuff that DC's done. There's been a lot of misses, for sure in that whole universe, but like everything that they've like, it's just like that they built this from Arrow and like some of the crossovers, but Crisis on Earth X, I've rewatched that a few times, and that is like one of the best. Like, it's not like a real adaptation of any comic, but it's a good adaptation of like Infinite Earths in a sense. Like, it's probably one of the better like crossovers. It's really.
And I think that with the budget they had and the stuff that they had to work with, Crisis on Infinite Earths was done pretty fucking okay.
Like, we got fucking Brandon Routh back as fucking Superman,
which was fucking.
Hey, also, Thomas, not to disagree, I don't think it had anything to do with budget. I think the only limitation they had was on what they were allowed to do. Budget is a thing, I agree, but there were things that they could have done that weren't budgetarily constrained. It had to do with what they were allowed to by DC or not.
Yeah, but if you already saw what they did with so many of the different... Can I just quickly, by the way, say Vanessa Left Hand Brewing Nitro Stout is still...
Oh, dude, that stout is great.
That is legendary. It was one of the OGs, and it should... By the way, I'm drinking Moorslotel beers right now. You guys had some of their beers.
Oh, their beer is so fucking good, dude.
They tried, and they never should have. They've been trying to do nitro versions of like 12 and 14% stouts. It doesn't work.
That seems all. No,
it doesn't work. Nitro stouts work when they're like low ABV, up to 6, that's it. Then they get glorious. But the entire thing with like what's his face, Knox, turning up in that entire segment was amazing. Yeah. It was so good, and having Kevin fucking
Conroy
standing there and with no like, I am vengeance, I am the night, I am Batman,
dude.
And
they knew what the fans wanted.
I wish they just put a regular suit on him though, instead of that weird.
100%. Like, the suit he had was sort of like the Kingdom Come suit.
Yeah,
but put a cowl on him.
I wish they just gave him something traditional. They should have. I don't mean that they needed to do it for me. They should have done it for him.
Give him a cowl. Give him some of a cowl.
Kevin Conroy deserved.
Even if they didn't give him. No, Thomas, you're right. I agree with you. But even if they didn't give him the cowl, even if they did not give him the cowl, they should have at least given him a fucking regular suit. Something that made him look like, even if you didn't give him the cowl, fine.
Yeah, you're right. No, give him a suit.
I wish they gave him the cowl. I wish they gave him the cowl, but without the cowl, you were able to tell us Kevin Conroy.
Can you imagine what
if you give him the fucking neckline and the bat symbol and just had
he may look a little weird in the cowl, like his jawline is super. So like, yeah, give him that, man. You're right.
No, but the entire speech that he did, right? Can you imagine what it would have been like if he did that speech and he was wearing a button shirt and he just went, I am. It's so fanboy, I know, but for Kevin Conroy, just rip that shirt open. He wouldn't have had to wear a full suit, but just see like a back suit.
Rip his shirt open. He doesn't wear the.
He's not Superman.
I know, but that would have been a fun nod towards other people as well. Bitches, by the way,
I still saying how DC protects Batman so much, like
so
in live
bullshit.
action.
It's
but
bullshit.
Superman, who's still like this gigantic character to them, they're like, meh. like not man, but like it's like I don't understand why is Batman so much more protected than Superman? Because I feel like Superman.
It's bullshit, is why.
While we're talking about this, you've seen the trailers so far. James Gunn's Superman. What we've seen so far. What do you guys think? I'm just curious. Am I the only one who's going like, eh?
I am curious to see the suit more. I don't like how it's like really weird and like not like it just doesn't look like it fits. Rubbery. But I guess like that could be realistic. I liked. Other than that, I'm really curious to see it. I love Nathan Fillion, but I can't get by the haircut, man. And I know that's like he has that in the comics, but it's really hard to translate that to live action.
They could have done it if they didn't get so goofy. They could have given something that nodded to it without it being like,
and who knows? You've only seen a couple clips, and and that's the thing. Like you got to reserve your full judgment.
Be fucking honest. Who do you think pushed for that haircut more, James Gunn or Nathan Fillion?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Who do you think pushed for it more? Don't forget.
I bet you know what? I bet Gunn was like, "Hey man, do you want this? Like, you don't have to do it." And Nathan was like, "Fuck yes."
Yeah. Down with the brown.
Nathan Fillion is a huge nerd. When Leonard Nimoy passed away 9 years ago, to the date, I believe.
It's been 9 years?
Leonard Nimoy passed away 9. Do you know that at some point it was on like Twitter or before it became X or whatever? And I don't know if you guys are Star Trek fans who know this quote, but he made a lovely little, he posted something, and I don't remember the exact words, everything he posted, but he said, all I can say is, I am and always have been.
Your friend.
No, you're a fan.
I know, but the quote is
that's the quote. That's the full quote. But Nathan Fillion posted that. He is such a huge nerd. I wouldn't be surprised if Nathan Fillion just said, James, come here. I know what you're trying to do. We need to go, full mental.
It looks so bad though.
It does.
So bad.
I'm just hoping like somehow what we've seen in the trailers and the rest of it just works the way like as it just works organically throughout the way that the movie unravels. I don't know.
I know fans loved it, but how are they going to make crypto work?
Oh, dude, who gives a shit? Crypto's the shit.
I know crypto's the shit. It's fucking amazing. But suddenly, this is not what the generic Superman public. Everybody knows who Superman is.
When someone's like, "Oh, it's a wrong species," who cares?
Everyone knows who crypto is now because don't forget the the DC Super Pets movie that came out a couple years ago.
That's a fair point.
Like, pretty much.
I forgot about that.
You don't know who crypto is.
Did pretty well, didn't it? That movie
did, and that's not fun. Actually, if you guys haven't seen it, I know you don't have kids, but
I haven't seen it yet. But I heard it did pretty well.
It is a fun movie. Like I've watched it twice. That says something.
You know what? We're also not talking about
Mike gagging on a dick. I mean, what?
Mike wishes.
Well, we're not talking about the Flash anymore. Supergirl.
Nope.
Supergirl.
Oh, Supergirl, yes.
Do you guys remember that awesome video that was shared online when she was told?
Oh, yeah, dude.
They didn't tell her that
made me cry.
And they recorded the Zoom meeting or whatever. They told her that she was sorry, Easter eggs. Yeah. This is one of my Dutch friends. Hey, Martijn. Love you, brother. Love you.
You're going to translate that?
Paaseitjes, Easter eggs, like chocolate Easter eggs.
Oh. So like Easter eggs in a movie, or are you talking about like eating Easter eggs?
No, he's just talking about, he's just fun like that. He doesn't really, the English stuff isn't really his thing because, I don't know. So he usually doesn't watch them.
Oh, so just Easter eggs like in the movie. Okay, that's fine. Okay.
No, just like fun comment. It's almost Easter. So he's just saying paaseitjes.
Oh, gotcha. I guess, yeah, it is almost Easter.
Silly humor. She was supposed to be Supergirl for a while. And then, like so many other people, shafted by Zaslav.
Was she supposed to be? Because I know you said that.
Oh yeah, she was the DCU's new Supergirl. She was supposed to be
DCU's new Superman.
In a way. And then everything got really weird when suddenly Superman came back, but didn't because 2 months later. But the entire concept was she was going to be the new Kryptonian for the DCEU, and got really fucked over because, you know, this movie was in development hell and it was being edited. And then during that whole process, James Gunn took over and he basically told the editors, I don't care what you do, but she's going to die because I'm going to do other things. Now, it was probably a little bit more subtle than that and not as mean because I'm making James Gunn sound like an asshole, which he can be sometimes, but he's also pretty cool. But basically, he said, she can't survive the end of the movie. She could have survived the end of the movie and then just reboot everything, but he felt she needs to die because I'm doing something different.
Yeah, I don't understand why do they need okay, Batman dying, fine, but like either way, they didn't have to have anyone die. Technically, I guess you have to have people like you want to have people die for like this, like the table. Like,
but that was the end of the original movie.
I don't think that character is dead. I think that universe is dead. That's
what I mean. Like they didn't have to.
That was the original ending.
Like, that character still could be alive.
The original ending,
and maybe they can still bring him back.
Sorry,
I was gonna say, like, I wonder now if Gunn's thing is like he can still bring back whoever he wants from a multiverse perspective.
I don't think so because he already completely casted somebody else for Supergirl's Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I know what Sean's saying. Sean, it's just Sean is a big fan of the multiverse.
Oh,
we have to live with that. We have to live with it.
Well, I like the multiverse.
Yeah,
I like the idea that someone can come back. Like my thing, I still think I'm holding on to the hope that Affleck is not done. He just needs to age a little bit more. We're gonna get a Dark Knight Returns.
He's already in his 50s. What do you want to do?
60, 10 years, man.
Can you imagine what would happen if they do announce the next Batman? Because they're still working on that script, I believe, and then suddenly it is Ben Affleck. And can you imagine
the
how
big
pissed
rumor
off?
Is what's his face?
No, can you imagine how pissed off Henry Cavill would be?
I don't think Henry Cavill has anything to be pissed off about. He's going to be in the new Warhammer movie.
Warhammer. I can't wait to know what that is.
No.
And
honestly, that's fine. Like, I'm not a Warhammer fan either, and I know you're not. I don't know, Thomas, if you are, but Warhammer is a big fucking franchise. Like it is fucking a whole other fucking.
So huge. Is at least 25, 30 fans.
No, dude.
Sean,
maybe 30, maybe 36.
No, like Sean, 42.
Oh, son of a bitch!
You're both correct. As in, Warhammer is pretty big, and you know how it got pretty big because it isn't pretty big. But Beefcake Henry Cavill, who is the hot nerd, mentioned it, and people are aware of what War. I've heard of it, but people are now aware of what Warhammer is. But it is that.
I have two friends who paint figures. One of them is John Raymer.
I know John Raymer. I did not know fuck all about. I still don't know fuck all, but I didn't even hear of it until someone brought it up to fucking Cavill in an interview, and where he paints them. I was like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" I had no idea. I still don't know anything. And
dude,
it doesn't mean it's not cool. It doesn't mean it's not awesome. I just don't know.
Yeah, it is
it's big enough to build a franchise on, and
it's a big video game franchise now too. Like I did play the game back, like it was a real time strategy game, and now there's like a first person shooter game and shit. But like, it definitely So I'm happy that he's. I would love to see him play, Wolverine again too. That would be fucking great. But I also love him to play Superman. But yeah,
all I know is.
I will say this real quick about Sasha Calle. Going back to Supergirl, the whole thing. So we started from. Sasha Calle is on screen my favorite Supergirl.
Look, what's
what are the options here?
Helen Slater, and Melissa Benoist, because she does not pronounce her name properly, and it's Sasha Calle, who does pronounce her name properly, by the way.
Melissa
face too. Don't forget
was fucking amazing because
the movie.
What?
Helen Slater, I already said her.
Oh, I didn't hear you say it. Maybe you cut out. Yeah.
Look, Supergirl, the TV show, was great at the beginning.
Helen Benoist, Melissa Benoist is really good.
Yeah, she really did.
I like the role.
But I stopped watching the show and I couldn't finish. I started season 6, the last season, and I couldn't even more.
You made that far?
Oh, I watched all of it too. I watched all of it. The only thing I haven't watched in the CW verse is I haven't finished Superman and Lois. Oh, actually, I don't think I finished Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, Legends of Tomorrow is the bomb. I love Legends.
But there's so many misses in that show sometimes, though. Like
not. You're wrong, but that's okay.
They swing so far. No, dude, they swing so hard. Fucking hard. They go so fucking hard in the paint on that show. But sometimes it's like, that's questionable.
Dude, you know what I found out today that I did not know until today? Sorry, to go back to like weird shit between all the shows. Did you watch Stargirl?
No.
Oh, no. But John Wesley Shipp was in it.
Yeah. First of all, he was not in the first episode, which showed Jay Garrick. He would not, he put someone else play Jay Garrick. But in season 2 and 3,
Jay Garrick wasn't in the first episode, was he?
They showed like a quick death scene.
I watched the first episode.
Yeah, it was. I watched it. I don't recall. I read it today. Maybe I read something wrong. Either way, they showed Jay Garrick in the first season. Either way, and it was an unknown actor or some bullshit. But John Wesley Shipp played Jay Garrick later in the show.
Yeah,
that's fucking amazing. I want
to go back and watch it. I everything I read, I heard it was supposed to be actually a pretty good show.
Ken watched it. I did not. I think I might own it. I think
it's 2 seasons, right? Is it 2 seasons?
I think 2 or 3. 2 or 3. I don't know. I did buy it all at one point.
There's so much like that. There's just so much television now. It's really hard to keep up. Like
when you just mentioned Superman and Lois, I kind of want to still watch that show, but I know how it ends right now.
I heard it ends amazing, so I should. I really because if you watch the show, the ending is amazing, and it felt like it could be amazing, but it's a little bit weird.
The kids are fucking annoying, and like I'm not one to be annoyed by kids in shows.
I am.
Shaun, I am.
Sean, I am.
I know. And I was like, I remember when it first came out, you were like, "This is gonna be annoying," and I was like, "No, it's not." And I was like, "Fuck, he's right. It's just the actor." Well, I didn't watch it after they recasted one of the kids, so I'm like, maybe it's just the actors were just fucking annoying and bratty and shitty.
Can I just because you guys?
No, I think it's written that way. They're written that way. Say again. You
guys have seen all of Superman and Lois?
No, I watched like 6 episodes of the first season.
I watched like 2 seasons, 3. No, not 3.
Then I won't spoil the ending because that would suck.
Oh no, I know the ending. I
know the ending. You can spoil it.
And I've already watched
the reason I don't want to watch the show anymore is because everybody's always raving about how great they are as Superman and Lois, and then first of all, which is, of course, very much real life. But she dies of cancer, and then he dies several years later because he had a heart transplant because he died earlier. And I'm like, what the? I don't want my...
Dude.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I mean, this is my very first... That's dumb. My very favorite Superman story of all time is called... I believe it's called Secret Identity. And it's a 4-issue arc. That's it. It begins and ends in 4 issues. Like the whole thing from like childhood to old man Supes. And it is amazing. And it's a version of Superman that is sort of more like real world grounded kind of bullshit. But it is awesome beyond words. And you should look it up. Shaun, I'll lend it to you. I own it.
Yeah.
So, like, in some respect, I see this, and I see shades of that in it. And despite me being, like, overall a bigger Batman fan, in comics, I enjoy Superman comics way more than Batman comics. Almost like...
I will say...
I mean, I would say, like, of the major characters in DC, my favorite comic book characters... My favorite comic book arcs are Superman arcs over Batman. Okay. Sorry, is what it is.
It's cool. It's cool. I don't mind because I will say one thing. And I've seen clips of the show here and there, and the one clip that I really loved is Clark revealing who he is.
Yeah, I watched that one. I saw it somewhere recently. Wild.
I saw that clip. And
he revealed who he is to like the world.
He's standing there, and he's sitting there in Smallville. With some friends in a diner with Lois and two of the friends, another couple, and some guy walks in that Superman did dirty. And apparently Lex Luthor told him who Superman is. And he starts being very aggressive, and he starts saying, yes, because I know who you are, and you're Superman, and nobody, of course, believes that. And then he grabs a gun. And throughout that season, the entire weight of holding this secret has been really weighing on Clark. And there's this moment, and the guy finally, he gets so pissed off, and he fires the bullet because he says, if I fire this bullet, you're not going to die because you're Superman. And he fires the bullet. Fires the gun, and the bullet, you see the bullet flying, and you see Clark standing there. He has his glasses on, and it's, of course, very much slow-mo. And he starts looking at Lois. And you see this thing going on. And everything is very slow. You see him thinking, and you see him realizing, I have a chance now. And he looks at Lois, and even though Lois can't see him because, of course, she's out of his time frame, and he just stands there, and while the bullet's coming towards him, you see him looking towards the ground, and he goes, takes off his glasses, puts them away, starts taking his shirt, rips it open. And by the time the bullet hits him, he's in his Superman suit, and he stands there in the diner, and all of Smallville who's there, who knew him as Clark Kent, sees Superman. And he reveals his identity to the world. And the world now knows Clark Kent is Superman.
The world now knows that they're all idiots and they don't know what glasses are.
Also that. But anyway, that was a very potent moment because it was Clark not so much trying to protect anybody. He realizes for the first time in a long time, I am going to make a decision, because throughout that show, I've read some things. He keeps talking with his children, with Lois. What do we do? And the weight, and this is all so heavy, and I don't know what to do anymore. And maybe we should be easier, and we should just reveal identities. And at that moment, it's just him. There's nothing that can be done. He needs to decide, and he finally makes the decision. The world can know. And the best part is, nobody freaks out. Nobody freaks out. Nobody screams. Nobody gets angry at him. They arrest the guy. They go to, and everybody just looks at him and, okay, but you're still just Clark.
I mean, you fucking liar. You son of a bitch.
Also,
that's how I would have done it.
That was a pretty potent scene, and I thought that was very well done. And that
I didn't.
I know that's going to happen. But what
was that?
What season was that in?
That was 4.
Yeah, 4 in one of
the
last few episodes. It's I think it's all right after he fights next.
I saw one of the reels on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. That's how I saw the scene.
You have to realize this show goes all the way through Doomsday, Superman, the death of Superman. Lex Luthor is there in like the mech suit that Lex builds and fights Superman in the Lex suit. Yeah. But he also fights Clark Kent.
Lex.
Like pure bare knuckle fight between Lex Luthor and Clark Kent. This show went through some shit.
And I think all those CW shows have these great fucking moments and these great arcs. And then sometimes they fall flat. But I think it sounds like season 4 of Superman and Lois fucking sailed on through perfectly. It sounds like
I have not seen a lot of it, but if I am to believe a lot of Superman fans, a lot of comic book fans, it's one of the best superhero things. Let's just say
Tyler looks great as Superman. He makes a great Superman. His suit's great in all the iterations. I really enjoyed it. And I think with TV though, and just in general, like nowadays, there's so much media to consume. Something could be fucking great, and then it's done, and then it's like, all right, we're on to the next thing. You know what I mean? And like no one really can keep talking about it. Whereas because the internet age, like I wonder if this type of stuff was this well done back in the day, but pre-internet. or like internet was still around, but not as like easy to like.
Okay, so let me put this into perspective for you, right? I'm a Star Trek fan. In 1979, we got the first Star Trek movie, which was released basically 10 years after the series ended. The Klingons looked completely different than they did in the original show.
How did they look in the original show?
What?
How did they look in the original show?
Yeah, it was basically it was semi-blackface.
Semi-blackface
Was it
Japanese
really?
people or something.
But yeah,
Was
but
it really?
This is the 60s, and I'm not trying to say that it was right, but anyway, my point was Shaun,
I was being weird. Sorry.
Shaun, my point was,
oh my God, they were like blackface. Holy shit.
Shaun,
what the fuck?
Shaun,
Is this an Asian man in blackface?
Yes, basically.
Yes.
Well, towards like like the Mongolians, species. I hate that word, but you know what I mean. The Mongolians, ethnicity. But Shaun, my point being, Shaun.
I'm listening. I'm looking. I'm just like fucking flabbergasted right now.
My
like,
point being is,
shit.
look at Klingons 1979. Google that.
Okay.
Whenever this episode gets posted, just call it like what it is. This is a fucking mess.
What the fuck?
We cannot stay on any topic at all.
This looks like the dude from He-Man.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, the point being is, this was all pre-internet. Fanzines and things like that, and fan clubs that were meeting, they were going ballistic. They were going fucking mental. And here's the fun thing. The same thing happened in 2000. What was the year? 2019, 18, when the first season of Star Trek Discovery aired. And people were, because that iteration of Klingons changed a little bit. And then somewhere during like the late 80s and in the 90s, we had different Klingons, which lasted up until early 2000s. And then Star Trek Discovery happened, and we got a whole new looking kind of Klingons. And guess what happened? History repeated itself. But now we had the internet, but it was the exact same discussion. So even before the internet, this shit happened. There are letters that were sent to fan signs and Star Trek magazines where people were just saying, how could they do fans so dirty? And these aren't Klingons, and this isn't proper. Fanboy's gonna fanboy.
Yeah. You know what else I realized?
Yeah.
We haven't even got to the third act.
No. Do you know what my best part about this entire movie was? I forgot the actor's name because I suck at names. The dude who played General Zod.
Fuck. I would have known it if you didn't say it.
Michael Shannon.
Michael Shannon, who basically said, I don't understand any of this. I didn't get it. I couldn't get into character. I didn't understand what was going on. I don't understand.
No, that's not what he said. He said, I don't know what this multiverse thing is. Whatever.
He was fine
getting into character.
Yeah. He could get into character for
Like, just play Zod again and pretend she's Superman. You're mad.
Well, yeah, but can we all just
kill the baby at one point?
But can we all basically just really realize, holy shit, General Zod is one hell of a bastard, because he just basically admitted he murdered and dissected.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even say it. I can't say it. I'm sorry. I can't even say it.
He said he murdered a fucking infant. He said he murdered a baby.
Yeah.
100%. And it's like, he was just mad because like he wanted to take over this fucking planet and people escaped. Like, that's all he like. Yeah.
I saw there was a comment. There was a comment in the movie where Barry says Superman is the best. It's something along his lines. Superman's the best and Zod is the worst. I disagree. Michael Shannon Zod is the fucking tits. That guy rules ass. He's one of the best comic book villains in film fucking history, and he's just as good in this movie as he is in Man of Steel. I said it. Anyone disagrees, are wrong. I was going to say something more vulgar, but there we go.
So I disagree. No,
I'm fucking wrong.
I mostly agree, as in I felt that his General Zod in this movie was not as good as the General Zod from Man of Steel. But having said that, I fully agree that if you ever want to talk about three-dimensional villains, General Zod from Man of Steel, and Man of Steel by itself, by the way, is still one of the best, if maybe not the best Superman movie ever.
The best, hands down.
Thank you. But his General Zod was fucking amazing, and compared to the General Zod that we had in like
Terrence Stamp.
It doesn't even.
They're different characters.
Oh yeah,
same name, different characters.
Yeah, but the other one was just like your stereotypical "I am evil" with goatee, and General Zod was just. There was so much. I'm not saying he was a good guy, no, but he was just really like a villain with depth and complexity and nuances and layers and. Yeah. Is that Bruce, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can probably see him try to tongue kiss me. I'm down with it.
Lucky.
Right, puppy?
Bruce.
I love the fact
buddy.
that people can... You guys are so fucking day drunk right now, and I'm jealous. I'm going to do that tomorrow.
Shenanigans.
I've
only had 7 beers.
There you go. I've only had 2. I need more. I'm gonna have more.
I guess you've been drinking smaller ABV stuff, so that makes sense.
Yeah, what have you been drinking?
That's bullshit, and I request you apologize.
I had
a 9% and a 7%. Now I'm going to a 3%.
I just had a 7% and I had a 12%.
Nice.
I had 4 5% and 4.8%.
Jesus fucking Christ! I love you. I'm in love. I know.
It's mostly Bruce. I get it.
No, it's the manliness.
The problem is the beers that Mike is drinking are easier to pound than the beers that we were drinking. So I think. Well, then again, my Congress Street was very easy to drink.
If your beers aren't easy to pound, you need to drink better beers.
Agreed. But are you also saying that Mike is easy to pound?
That's fair. That would be fair. If that's what he's getting at, that's fair.
100%.
So, how about, because it's been 2 hours?
Yeah, let's flash forward. No pun intended.
Let me go through a few things that I have not covered yet. One, there's one moment in the movie that made me laugh out loud, like really.
Oh,
hard.
I know what it is. Why does he have a bat kite? Is that it?
No, the thing made me laugh, like literally laugh, like for comedy's sake.
Yeah,
was when Younger Barry initially puts on the suit. He says, "Ooh, man, tight. It hurts. You know what hurts? My dick."
Yeah, my dick.
And that's the first Eric Stoltz joke too.
It was so fucking my
the
dick.
first Eric Stoltz joke. Yeah,
I love that.
That was good. Then there was the next one was Thomas Curry. That cameo rules.
I forgot about that.
No,
Arthur's dad.
Arthur's dad. The fucking
Boba
Fett.
Yes.
Yeah. That was a cameo. It counts.
It was good.
Great.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
That's an Easter egg.
Easter egg. Paaseitje. Easter egg.
Then I have a note of Bruce Wayne Kaczynski, like Ted Kaczynski, but okay, that's done. My next note: Anton first Batmobile is the best Batmobile. We will not have anyone.
Yes, the first Batmobile is the best Batmobile ever. Also, why didn't they show it in movement? Which I guess it makes
so
sense.
Dumb. They do in the Batgirl movie that we won't ever see.
We were doing happy things, you son of a bitch.
Next note.
Keep going.
Younger Barry shows up with the laughing bag. The Joker laughing bag.
Yes.
I can still hear you. Keep going.
Next note. New Keaton Batsuit is cool. Not as cool as Batman 89, but it's cool. Good Batman suit. I like it. I approve it.
It's a good iteration. It makes sense.
Yeah, it's still top 5. It
wouldn't make any sense if he had the same fucking suit from.
Agreed. Next one. New Batwing is great. Not as good as Batman 89, but definitely top 3. Easily top 3.
I had to.
I don't know, man. It's
really
again,
had
it's
to
another
look
evolution. It's
for
like the
differences.
Batsuit. It's an evolution. And it makes
Yeah,
sense.
but
And
yeah,
then
but
the moon
how many
scene.
Batwings? How many Batwings are better? Name them.
What
89 Batwing.
you said 3? What's 3?
I
Batman
really like the no. There's no Batwing in Batman Forever. I really like the
There's a
the
Batwing in
one.
Batman Forever, and it looks pretty much like the regular Batwing.
Oh
but
no,
just a little
sorry.
bit.
I meant Batman Returns. I apologize. I fucked
Okay.
up. Batman, yeah, that looks like an abort. I was going to say something about a baby being aborted from its mother. An abortion. Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, I know. Go on.
I like the Flying
I like
Fox
that,
from Batman from Justice League a lot. I think that's really cool. And actually, and from Flash, to be fair.
Yeah.
Well, Flying Fox isn't really like a fucking Batwing, though. I think the fucking
Is it a bat plane or is it not a bat plane?
No, I don't think it's a bat plane.
I wouldn't call it.
It's a bat carrier.
Does it fly?
Does it McFly?
The bat plane is like a fucking couple seater. The bat fucking.
The Batwing is the bat plane. The Flying Fox is the bat plane.
The BVS bat plane is the fucking equivalent to those two things.
I agree.
Flying Fox is a motherfucking mobile command base.
Fair enough. I still think that's number 2. The Batwing in BVS is okay. It's still better than that thing, that baby thing. It's still better than that one, but it's not as good as the Batwing in Flash. Flash Batwing is fucking awesome. That's a cool fucking plane.
The fucking moon scene. The moon scene. I have that in my notes. Like the moon scene, like it was perfect.
Oh, you want a moon? No, never mind.
Wait, don't you need a parachute? And he's like, no, fucker, no.
And then at one point he says, and I quote, "This rips dicks." And that made me laugh again. That was my last, not my last note. That's my last note about up to where we are.
What did you guys think of him reusing the bat suit?
I thought that was pretty.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!
Yeah, I thought it was fucking cool too.
Yeah,
I just thought it was a little weird how easy a fucking razor blade sliced through.
It's fucking rubber. What are you gonna do?
Not even that. It was just all like. That is one of the funny things that I liked about the little shenanigans and the gags. It's like everything is in the montage is like ha ha.
Yeah. I approve.
It's just one of those little. That was fun. That was all just good shenanigans.
I did put something in here. I did not. We did not cover necessarily. Is that Batman? No, I know it's not Keaton. Let's be fair. The Batman fighting scenes were fucking awesome.
Yes,
they were awesome in this one.
When he first dropped that in the before they broke out Supergirl, man, that was fucking perfect.
I'm glad we have the technology now to do it. Batman '89 fighting that Batman, even as old man, is awesome.
Scene wasn't anything to do with technology; it was to do with the stunt guys.
But not even that. Can't we all agree?
Yeah.
But like the Kryptonian fight scenes were definitely CGI. Like when he was on the back of him and shit like that. That was
No, I don't mean we would not have gotten. No, I don't give a fuck about the stuntman. We would not have gotten that battle scene at all in '89 or Returns or Forever or Batman and Robin. The whole thing of just being able to cover the guy's fucking face. That's all new stuff. And to have Keaton Batman just fucking wrecking house and just being a fucking badass. We finally have that in that form.
What would have been fucking great? This is just me being like, I want a little bit extra, even though they gave me all this. Is that they somehow recreated the fucking warehouse scene from BBS.
I was just going to mention that because one of the best Batman
scenes fucking ever, right? Like, come on.
Yes.
One of the best Batman fight scenes ever is the warehouse scene. It's so
100%
brutal Batman ever. And we got Keaton in his own way. It wasn't Keaton.
Oh, yeah.
Keaton Batman doing shit like that was phenomenal. And that is
I think that might be second to that as far as overall Batman action scenes. Honestly, sir, I mean, I'm guessing. I'm not
I don't know. Some of the
put
scenes in
together.
89 in the church tower with him fighting the goons. That's pretty
but
good.
they're awesome and iconic. It's not the same way of just absolute wrecking house.
I know.
Sorry, Thomas. Go ahead. I apologize. I interrupted you.
No, it's okay. It reaffirms my belief when we're talking about the warehouse scene is again where, you know what, I'm just gonna fucking own it. Where Batfleck is one of my favorite Batmans.
He's the best Batman. Sorry.
Dude, I think we all agree, and everyone's gonna be like, you know, like Batfleck. It's like, well, you don't really like fucking like Batman. I think.
I don't want to say sometimes that he's my favorite Batman because then I look at things that Christian Bale did, and I look at Robert Pattinson, and there's so many awesome. But just on the whole, when I think of right now is Batman, I think of Batman versus. You know what? When I think of the first time,
I feel like if you don't like Batman v Superman or you don't like Justice League, fine. But if you're a Batman fan, you can't say that he is not the best. It's hard to say he's not the best.
You guys remember the first time we saw the Batfleck in Batman versus Superman? That abandoned house scene with the cops.
Yeah.
Where the cops are just really scared. And this is the first time we really see Batman in that movie.
Yeah.
And you see the cops and they're all like, what the fuck is going on? And they found the cage with all the women being held, and they want to open the cage and free the women, and the women just close the cage again because they're terrified, and you don't know what's going on. And then the cops go around with a flashlight and they hit the corner of that basement, and then in there he's crouched in that position in the corner, and he crawls over the ceiling while they shoot.
I did think that was weird, and I still think it's a little strange, but it's still.
I know, but it also reaffirms.
I think it looks weird. I think that.
Agreed.
I'm a Batfleck apologist. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
On paper,
it's still weird. It still looks weird.
On paper, sounds great.
No, it looks weird, but
I get what they're going.
The first times where I really got. There are two times when I really understood why he chose this bat thing to scare.
He's scary. Yeah,
that was fucking scary. And the only other time that I really thought it was scary, but in a completely different way, is in Batman Begins.
Agreed.
Yes,
agreed.
The first time he drops.
Where are you? And all you get is
no. Dude, I'm thinking him. I'm thinking him like going through like the canisters and just grab motherfuckers and dude.
That is so good too.
The second best, close but second best Batman scene of all time.
It was all great, but I still remember where Batman being one of the most essential Batman moments ever is him. In that entire scene with all those containers and the guy shooting because he's terrified and he hasn't seen anything. He only heard a few things. He's terrified and he screams, "Where are you?" And all you get is this whisper and this quick flash of a face that goes, "Here."
It's so good.
There's so many, those two, and like this is I hate to admit it, and Mike, we talked about this. The opening scene of Whedon's Justice League with Batman, that's a great fucking scene.
That's a great scene.
It could be a little bit darker, you know what I mean? Like
we listen, like we cannot as Buffy fans get shitty about things that Joss Whedon did right. We can't be shitty about it. We cannot be shitty. It is what it is. Like you know the song Ride of the Valkyries? That guy, I'm not gonna give his name up because fuck him, is a horrific anti-Semite and a shitty human being and was actually sort of influenced on Hitler. Fuck that. But like you cannot deny art and
Joss Whedon did great stuff with Buffy. Also,
great.
Can we quickly take a moment because we're talking about Buffy? You know, Michelle Trachtenberg.
Oh yeah, very sad. Very sad.
Hold that, like
for some people,
bro. I'm 43, like almost 43 in a couple of weeks. No,
old prick.
No, but then you read something
fucking old, elderly.
You read something like she was 39, dude.
39, very young.
What the fuck?
Not old like you.
Fuck off. But you know what I'm trying to say? I love you. No, but just like quickly, I just needed to mention that, like. And you know what I really hate? Is that all the statements that are being made that she had a liver transplant.
Yeah.
And then people still keep saying, no, it was drugs. She was just a druggie. She wasn't a dad. And I fucking hate that, man.
This is the thing. One is, I knew someone in their 20s that did not drink.
Yeah.
That did not drink. And they had a liver transplant. There was a sort of genetic issue, and they had a liver transplant. They're now dead. It sucks. It's life. Life will sometimes find a way. Sometimes it won't find a way, right?
Getting back to your point before we get Joss Whedon, like, what he did, the kind of guy he is, he's a bastard. But Firefly,
100%. Oh, I love Firefly. I love Buffy. I love Toy Story. Listen, but Joss Whedon is a lot of things, but a bad writer is not one of them.
No,
a bad human.
I hate, but there's we're doing negative things again. Where did Shaun go?
Let's leave it at this. Michelle Trachtenberg, tragic death. Way too young. 39 years old is too young to die. Yeah. It's way too young to die. Whatever the cause, I don't give a shit what the cause is. It's still too young to die. I saw something recently that, by recently, I mean like probably today or yesterday, her parents, through religious reasons, have denied the autopsy.
Yeah, I read something about that. What the fuck was that all about?
They are. I don't know what the deal is. They are both. Their parents are both immigrant Jewish people. I think one from Poland and one from some. I don't know. I won't.
With the name, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, they're both Jewish, but from different countries. I believe that's true, and have decided not to have an autopsy. I guess there's nothing, at least within reason, to be suspicious about. And but both her, at least several of her grandparents still live in Israel. There's some sort of Jewish connection as far as how they're dealing with their stuff. I'm not going to speculate.
That's fair.
But
But
my understanding was it was a religious sort of understanding. I'm not sure. I'm not religious, so I don't know how anything works.
I used to be. I'm not anymore. I know that several religions deal with post-mortem rituals in their own ways, and it could very well be that in
I mean there's
follow that is because I remember
No, I was going to say that I know that Christian scientists are weird about certain things like that too.
I know.
There's certain ones.
And I remember somebody saying, like, wouldn't you as a parent want to know what happened to your child? And I didn't react to it, but I had two thoughts. First off, my first thought was like, it depends on what?
What are you guys talking about?
Michelle Trachtenberg.
But what about autopsies and religion?
Oh, they declined the autopsy.
Yeah, that her parents don't. No, well, that her parents don't want it for religious reason, and that some people were like, "Why wouldn't a parent want to know?" And first off, there could be religious reasons, but here's the second one: even if it's not religious reasons, I can very much understand parents, loved ones, siblings, whoever's the ones that are left behind would say, you know what? What would change? The person's still gone, and maybe we would know why, but it wouldn't change anything. It wouldn't make us happier or relieved or whatever. So why would we?
Or they already know.
Yeah, but that's very.
They don't want. Yeah, that could be it too.
Well, Sean, what I was saying before is I knew someone I used to work with a long time ago. In their 20s, had a liver transplant due to medical issues, not because of drinking. They weren't. I don't know if they didn't drink at all, but they weren't regular drinkers, and they're now dead. Sometimes I made a sort of dumb Jurassic Park thing where sometimes life finds a way, but also sometimes life doesn't.
Fair.
It's drizzling shits. But the thing is, if Michelle had a problem, which apparently she did, she's looked pretty sick for a few years now. Her parents were probably well aware. It's just because someone dies suddenly to us doesn't mean they died suddenly to their loved ones.
And whether it be substance abuse or a liver transplant or a liver disease or whatever,
or just life,
if they have if they know. Here's the thing. That's the thing with celebrities. a lot of people think like because they're celebrities, we deserve to know. No, we don't.
We don't deserve shit. No.
We don't deserve shit. We don't deserve the people that need to know deserve to know. We don't need to know. I'm not saying we as in the three of us, but I'm saying the general. We might want to know, but we don't need. So, you know, fuck us. Fuck the people. Fuck the normal people. Well, whatever you want to call fucking normal. Also, we derailed fucking again.
Oh, we're very bad.
Yeah.
I will get to. Let's get to the stuff with all the cameos, whether they're real or not.
I was just thinking about
and can we also, because I don't know for you guys, but it's like 22:20 for me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind wrapping it up a little bit because
let's go through the cameos and then wrap it up and we can bounce. Because really
awesome.
the result of the movie is just basically all the various kind of cameos. Yeah, let's do it.
I know what my favorite one is.
Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
It's also the biggest. And it's funny that like he said like
I wouldn't say it was the biggest.
No, well, the longest.
That might be fair. Yeah. But it was fucking amazing, and it sucked, and it was bad. And
but he said he was only there for like 2 minutes, and he didn't film anything other than just him in the suit. So everything was clearly CGI.
He didn't do anything, and it was fucking amazing. Christopher Reeve, Helen Slater.
That was really good. Helen Slater looked a little weird, I thought. But
really
how much of budget do you think was spent for this one like scene? Like even the Adam West stuff, like, and it goes like there's definitely. And we saw Henry Cavill, but like there's something that was, I don't know. I feel like they could have paid a little bit more homage to, not even fan service. Like the Jay Garrick, right? Like why did they have to have it generic Jay Garrick? Like they could have.
It could have been the Jay Garrick.
Like how much money? Like, was it a money thing? Like they couldn't, like they needed to pay like John Wesley.
Exactly, could have been rights. Maybe they didn't do any of the Grant Gustin Flash things because different studios, different rights, paying money, whatever.
I think it would have to be financial, wouldn't it have to be, or just not caring, one or the other.
I think it's not caring. It was like
I also think that ultimately like to speculate on what was or what wasn't is not really like we only know what we know.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm grateful that we got some of the cool stuff we got.
Yeah,
it is easy to say why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? It could have been a couple of us special effects houses having decisions that they made over 5 minutes.
What were your favorite?
Go ahead.
What were your favorite cameos?
I like that we finally got to see, in some respect, Christopher Reeve and Helen Slater on screen.
That was good. Yeah,
that was cool. Yeah. I honestly, I heard you guys. I said that one, but I did hear you guys mention the Nicolas Cage thing. That's awesome. They finally had Nicolas Cage.
It was so stupid. It was fucking amazing because one of the things that they wrote for that movie that they wanted to make was
the spider
fighting the huge spider, and just seeing that, it was when I saw it, I was like, I knew it was going to happen. It was spoiled a little bit. It was so bad.
Shaun, didn't you know?
Awesome.
I didn't know.
I don't think I knew. No, I didn't know when I saw it. No.
I'm pretty sure I was hitting her in the face. But when you said it was so bad, I think you meant it was so good. And we will all agree. All three of us agree. Awesome. We agree.
And it was crazy how like they clearly went all out to like CGI that entire like scene. Like they could have just said him being like, here I am, but they showed it like a little bit of the thing. And like how much of the budget was there? And I remember they said, because like that whole thing in the Speed Force, like when they showed like everything, the CGI was not shitty, but like they made it look like it was CGI. And I remember them saying that was a decision.
Yeah, I remember reading that, and I'm like, if you guys decided on that, you guys are dumb.
But I started thinking about it when I was rewatching it. Like, were they doing it because like when you're trying to remember, because this is all like technically probably like Barry's memory, maybe. So like your memories remembering things in a way that it's not the same. So like
And then when new memories are made that aren't yours, they look weird because
that's what I was like trying to, and I'm like, I get that, but like, I'm then like, but then I go back to the the hospital scene, and I'm like, that wasn't his fucking memory. That was really fucking happening.
But do you know what my favorite cameo was of all of them?
Which one?
George Clooney.
That was so fucking.
But do you know why?
Yeah, of course.
Hardly
because he's your favorite Batman. It's okay.
No. Maybe, but hardly any interview, like in-depth, real big interview that he does, he will always apologize.
Yeah.
For Batman.
At one point, he admitted to giving someone a fan money back for their ticket when they complained.
The fact that he showed up as Bruce Wayne.
Dude, I thought that was fucking great. Like, but the question is like, and then I always like, so it was funny. So I finished it this morning. I had like half an hour left. And then I picked up Kaylee from her sleepover, and she came home, and I was like, I got like, at that point, it was like 20 minutes left, and I was like, I got to finish this. So she's like watching it. She's asking all these questions, and I'm like, so that's Batman, but from another universe. And she's like, but what universe is he from? And I'm getting another thing. I'm like, well, it's fun because like he was a bad Batman that nobody liked. And I'm like, but it's like also cool because it was just something about it. But like also my thing was like, where was his voice whose voice was that on the phone?
Clooney's.
I can't even tell.
I think it was.
I could.
But like, why did so like in my mind? So in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, maybe that I couldn't tell if it was Clooney's or Affleck's. It would just sounded different. In Barry's mind, when he heard the voice, his mind. He's like, it's so good to hear your voice. He's recognizing Clooney's voice because Clooney's Batman is.
Sean, if you called me right now and I saw Sean Fury, and you started talking and it was fucking Thomas, I would just assume I was good. How you doing, Sean? I wouldn't even consider it. I wouldn't even think about it.
Oh, I would.
But you guys have not mentioned one cameo yet.
We haven't mentioned a bunch of cameos. Which one do you want to talk about?
I want to ask you one question. You did watch the end credit scene, right?
Oh, with Momoa. Of course I did.
Okay, good.
Kaylee thought that was hilarious.
I thought that was the moment he like hit his face in the puddle.
And you see the bubbles coming up.
But he's like,
this is my home.
He just fucking like, bring me some beer. Give me.
And he gives him a ring. He's like, here, take this ring and go have more beer. And it's like,
get more beer.
When Barry says, I can't get drunk, he says, I can't get drink either.
Yeah. The one,
so good.
I remember this was one, I didn't make a note of it, but I remember this thing. The one thing I didn't like goes back to also like the Bruce scene. The Bruce scene was great with Affleck, but his home and area in that area, it just screamed a backlot set. It did not fucking seem real to me. It didn't feel real.
I know.
Do you know, Sean? Do you know what the Purple Shamrock is in Boston? Yeah, that looks like the Purple Shamrock. It looks like right there.
Oh no, I don't even mean the bar. I just mean like even when.
No. I mean that neighborhood. It looks like right outside the Purple Shamrock to me.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It just didn't feel real. It just felt like backlot stuff, which I like noticing that in older movies. So that's fun, but like in this case, I just wanted something to feel more lived in. More, I don't know.
I didn't notice, but someone I heard noticed that in Batman '89. I don't notice flaws in that movie because it's perfect. But other people have noticed that certain things look like backlots. I don't know who that might be, but it wasn't me.
What kind of fucking idiot notices flaws in fucking 1989's Batman? That's like really
some guy with a fucking Dutch accent.
Dude.
Right. We're gonna have to regroup in a couple weeks.
I didn't mean you. I met someone else I met one time.
You know what we should do instead of a instead of a regroup in a couple weeks after we watch it again? We should just do a virtual watch, the three of us, and anyone else wants to join.
Of what?
Batman '89.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
And I don't know. It doesn't need to be live. I guess it could, but that'd be hard to do.
I think if we do it live, and here's the thing, like if we do it no matter what, this 2-hour movie will become like a 7 to 8 hour video on YouTube because we're gonna pause so much.
No, we don't pause.
We deal with it.
We say, hey, we're doing this at this time. You start the movie now with us, or we just do it just for shits and giggles for ourselves.
Honestly, though, you know what? I wouldn't mind doing this once a month.
I agree.
Pick a movie and talk about it.
Not Alien 3, not Alien 4.
Well,
No.
if you do Alien 3,
I think it could be. I think it would be funnier to do that. Alien 4.
Alien Resurrection could be fun because we just talked about Joss Whedon, and Joss Whedon didn't write that movie.
He did not write it. He rewrote parts of it.
No. He wrote the screenplay. He didn't rewrite anything. It's original, and he said that.
Oh, that might be true. He was part of the writing.
And if you really look at it, you know, the crew of the Betty, Firefly, hello. That was already part of his inspiration for Firefly. And there is honestly, in Alien Resurrection, there is a lot to be said, like with the Flash, that there's a lot of stuff that is actually pretty fucking cool. But in the end result is just not as satisfying as it could have been.
A long time ago, Sean, if you don't know this, Thomas and I did like an Alien 1, 2, 3, and 4 retrospective.
Yeah.
And it was a few years ago. And Alien 1 and 2, extremely positive. 3 and 4, half extremely negative, and half was Thomas. And
Wait, Thomas, you like 4?
I like 4 in parts because there's things that I like, and every time I start rewatching it, I'm waiting for the bits that I like, and I have to go like, fuck, now there's this part and there's this.
How many bits are good then? Because like I went through an Alien rewatch and a Predator rewatch like years ago, and I skipped Alien 4.
It's some of the dialogue. Who do I have to? What was it again? Who do I have to fuck to get off this boat? I can get you off. Maybe not the boat.
That's fair.
There's a few great lines in that movie, like great scenes, great parts. But on the whole, Alien Resurrection.
Every now and then I get a message from Thomas. You might not recognize this. Every once in a while I get a message about like, well, I mean, you have to understand, and they'll try to like, place it in its time frame. I'm like, listen, the movie sucked even back in '97, no, '98.
Honestly, though, Alien Resurrection. But speaking of, by the way, now that I finally have both of you guys on here, and we can talk about it live, even if it's just like a few minutes, Alien Romulus.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I know me and you liked it, Thomas. Mike did not like it.
I did not like it. I didn't. I just thought that. And I talked to Thomas about this specifically, that I feel like everything hinged on characters being stupid and not being intelligent.
Yeah, which is the core of Alien. Every Alien
I think that's true. I think that people think that's true. I don't think it is true. I think people say that like the first movie, it's a movie about a woman being right and then all the men being wrong. Disagree. No. I feel like no, I'm not saying you. I'm saying people say this. I feel like most of the characters on the ship in Alien 1 were pretty smart outside of the one that was sabotaging them all. I think that everyone just failed. I don't think it had anything to do with the main characters being stupid. I think plenty of people are stupid in Alien 2 or Aliens for sure. But Romulus, I feel like it all hinged on stupidity, not on like
the premise
smartness.
Was definitely on stupid.
Every Alien movie focuses on people dealing with a situation they're not equipped to deal with. Oddly enough, except for Aliens, because the Marines should be able to fucking deal with this, and they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that Alien 2, I think there's some element of it for sure. Alien 1, I think the people mischaracterize that movie. I don't think that's true at all. And even though sometimes I do prefer Aliens over Alien, although I don't. It depends on the day. I think Aliens is just so good. It's just so much fun. Whether it's as well written as Alien 1, which it isn't, but it's just so much fun. So
I can tell you one thing, and this is very important if you want to judge the Alien movies, at least the first 4 ones. I'm not trying to say that they are good, but Alien was made as basically purely a horror movie in space.
100%. It was Michael Myers in space.
Yep.
Alien was made in a period in the late 70s where horror movies were a big thing, and they just wanted to add space because space was getting bigger, Star Wars, and whatever. Aliens was made, I think it was 1986, wasn't it?
86, I believe that's true. That's probably true. Yeah.
The highlights, the heydays, the huge days of huge American action movies. And basically, it is the stereotypical American action movie. It's the army coming in to fight the big evil bad and destroying it with big explosions and, if possible, even bigger nuclear bombs.
But failing.
But failing because, Alien 3 is a very typical, almost like Euro noir movie. At least it tries to be. That's what David, what's his face? Dave, fuck the director.
So we did Alien 3? You were going to say David Nope, right? No, but
no, he's a big actor. A big director.
No, the director. Oh, God. But anyway, if you see the assembly cut, things already start making a lot of sense.
Fincher did it.
Yeah. A lot more sense in terms of what he was trying to do. Alien 4 comes from...
Was he trying to make a bad movie? What explained? Sorry.
Good for you. Good for you.
My bad. Sorry.
Alien 4 is very much from a time period where European studios, and it's almost like a French Euro movie if you look at the director, the studios, and everything involved. Even Canal Plus, go look all of that shit up. In a period where they were trying to make American action movies, but with a Euro thing. Judge them. I'm not saying that makes them better, but look at them from that perspective, and at least you can understand more what they were trying to do. If you like it, that's still your own point of view. But at least you'll get a little bit.
No one likes them, though.
What?
No one likes them, though.
No, well, there are people that like them, but I still think...
Jared Thomas still likes them.
Alien 3 Assembly Cut is a fine movie. Alien Resurrection.
I don't wait. The assembly cut. I don't think I've ever seen the assembly cut. Is it a legit cut or is it a fan cut?
No, the assembly cut is so all Alien movies have the cinematic release and a director's edition. All of them have.
Right. No. But is the director's edition of 3, which I do own, is that the assembly cut?
Where did the alien come from in the movie that you own? From a dog or a cow?
I'm trying to remember. I only last watched it right before we did that thing. Probably
cinematic version. Cinematic version. The alien comes from a dog.
Okay.
Alien assembly cut. It comes from a dead cow, and it's a completely different movie.
I don't think I've seen the assembly cut then.
Shaun, I have the director's cut on my shit. Just sign in and watch it.
Wait,
don't pay for it.
All of them? So all of them have a specific different cut?
All four of them.
All of the ones I have on that I own in my Vudu or Fandango, whatever the fuck you want to call it. All of those are the director's cuts or the extended cuts.
You know what?
Except for the new versions.
Talking about things that I liked from Alien Resurrection, there's in the director's edition, there's a small moment where the Ripley clone is being interviewed. And they show her cards and she has to say words. And this is the 8th Ripley clone, right? And she's shown a card. And what you see is a young blonde girl. And you see the alien clone, the Ripley clone. You just see her choking up and locking down and going oh no, I can't. You just see her going almost catatonic and crying, but also not, and locking away all emotions. Because she's being shown an image, and is it Rebecca, her daughter? Is it Newt? What she's connecting to? She's
I imagine it's
what
Newt,
she's
right?
connecting to, but
It
it's
has to be Newt, right?
Yeah. What?
It has to be Newt, right? It has to be.
Well, it depends on who you want to, because it's an alien, but it could be both. But the thing is, this alien, this Ripley clone, doesn't actually know why it's connecting to it, but it's ripping her apart. It's one of the few little tidbits in that movie that I enjoyed. And like I said, from this part of the movie, there's about this much that I really love. And there are some pretty cool things.
We're pretty similar. You like that much, I like none. It's the same thing, really.
I love this guy so much.
That's why I love Mike. I mean, this,
We did a whole episode on this month, yeah, 5 years ago.
You should. Oh, God.
Don't watch
so
it.
when are we gonna watch Batman '89 together, whether it's online or just together?
But how do you do that? How do you do the whole watch party thing and film
Oh,
it?
we've done it multiple times.
Yeah,
Mike and I did it a bunch over COVID, just for fun. Like we watched the Godfather saga, which was 7 hours over like multiple weekends. So essentially what we do is we play the movie, we have ourselves, and we didn't do any of this streaming. We just did it for ourselves, like just to hang out. Put headphones in, did whatever we were going to do to talk to each other. And then I think a few times we had to turn our own volume down, so there wasn't like a reverb. And we hit play at the same time, and yeah.
Oh yeah, I did something similar with Lee a couple of times. I remember that for fun.
The only issue is this is a fact is certain movies play at different speeds in different countries. I was listening to a podcast do one of the Batman movies, I'm sure. And the person in Australia had to constantly readjust where they were. It was like playing too fast.
Yeah, that's fair. That's the thing.
It's not like 20% faster, but like maybe 1.25% faster. And after 20 minutes, you start to create a distance in the film.
All right. So how about we end this? Because like I said, it's like 22:40 over here. It's like 10:40 in PM for me.
Yeah, Carrie's like, you coming up anytime soon?
Yeah, you guys are probably nearing dinner time and shit. I should get
I'm like, the movie's over 2 hours. We talked about it in depth.
I started work at 8 this morning.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I kind of also need to chill for a little bit before I go to bed. But this was fun. Even though we probably haven't said whatever we wanted to say about this movie.
I think we got a lot of it out. Overall, I think I would say the summary, if anyone's still watching, is the three of us really enjoyed the movie. We had, no one's watching. I saw like it go from like viewers like within like 2 minutes, like 2 to 0.
Yeah,
but I think
there were 4.
We all enjoyed the movie
shit.
overall. It was a good movie overall. If you're
Right.
still watching, and you haven't seen The Flash, check it out. If you have seen it and you're like, that movie sucked, go back and watch it.
Agreed.
I think it's worth a rewatch. It has
Go back and try to watch it in a vacuum. Just watch it as a film in and of it itself.
Yeah.
One of the things I have is I did not put in anywhere that I didn't mention specifically was I said Dark Flash is cool enough. I like the look.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my favorite or anything, but I do wish at the end of the day it was Eobard instead.
Yeah, agreed.
But it's a good look, and it looks fucking wild and horror and scary. And when you see that moment when younger Barry gets that shit caught in his arm,
mm-hmm.
and you say, "Wait a minute," and then next time you see me, has a few more things like, "Oh shit," and you start to realize this person spent like fucking 20 years or whatever just getting smashed up and still trying and failing and just being warped. The movie gets bigger in that moment.
And which is
bigger
why
in that moment.
I think that like it is the Dark Flash, but this is also why I kind of feel like I don't know if this ever happened in the comics, but I kind of wish that in the comics Reverse Flash at some point just was Barry Allen. Because him fucking around so much, trying to fix shit, causing so much trouble that he became not just the Flash, but the Reverse Flash.
Well, that's why you had Savitar, right?
Again,
Savitar.
I am the future Flash.
Yeah.
I am the future Flash.
Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the whole, I like the movie. I do have a hard time, especially because I did watch I watched Arrow, I watched BVS, I watched Suicide Squad, and I watched Justice League. I watched all those prior to watching The Flash. Sorry.
Did you watch all the movies or just the scenes?
I watched them all.
Oh, you went deep.
I needed something to do this week besides hate my life. I mean, besides not.
See, that's next level because I thought hating your life was normal. Was not normal, but I it's nice to know that other people do it as well.
No, we do it in the United States. I don't know what they do in the Netherlands.
I don't know. I just recently learned that having the thought that you should put a bullet through your brain 5 times a day is not normal. You know, I thought that was like the norm, but
I quit. No, I watched all those things.
The news.
Yeah. No, I watched all those things. Sorry, Thomas, to try not to.
It's okay, dude. It's okay, dude.
But I watched all those things, and one of the things for me, you know, they talked about like how things veer and like things change as far as like continuity. Not continuity, but timeline. It's hard for me to watch that and think that that's the same character that Ezra Miller played in Justice League and BVS and stuff. All that. It is what it is. But for me, it's fine to say it's in continuity, but continuity is loose for me, especially in that world. I think that we have a world that that Zack Snyder preferred.
Yeah,
and I don't think that's better or worse. I just think it's different.
I like what you just pulled up, because I will say one thing. As much as I liked this movie, The Flash, I thought it was a lot of fun. I liked the character and the way it was portrayed in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah.
More. It's one of my favorite takes on the character.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite looks on the character.
Agreed.
The take's fine. I don't have an issue with the take. It's
except
fine.
the suit.
But no, the BVS.
Yeah.
That's my favorite look of the suit by far.
It's so mechanical and yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it just looks like something that would fucking need to deal with all the chaos around it, you know. I think it's my favorite. I mean, it's not even close. When we first saw it in the suit in Suicide Squad, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, that was the first time, right?
Yeah, 100%. I was in the theater like, and I've been a fan of that look ever since. I don't think anything's ever come close.
I think Suicide Squad.
He's on screen for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, I remember, but I don't remember.
Just him and Captain Boomerang. The only time him and Captain Boomerang. You always wanted him and Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. He's on screen for 8 seconds. It's from 15:25 to 15:33.
I love this.
I recorded it. And that doesn't look like I did. It looks like I recorded the white screen. It's pretty great. But
I'm sorry, that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I can tell you a whole bunch of weird shit if you want to get dumb. But I know when he came on screen in BVS, Ultimate Edition anyway, to when he was on screen, it was 19 seconds. He was on for about 8 seconds in BVS. No, sorry, not Suicide Squad. But you get to see him in the suit. He's on screen for 1 minute and 12 seconds in Arrow. I can keep going.
Yeah. No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah,
guys.
I wasn't trying to I was just trying to get the data now. But I do have all the data.
That was a great flex, though.
Flex is wrong. Flex is like a flaccid penis. Like that's the direct penis. That's Mike. That's how that works.
And on that note, that's probably a good way to end the stream. Mike's
probably. Guys, this was fucking awesome. And I just, if there's one good note that I want to end this on, I have really fucking missed you guys.
Yeah, agreed. I had fun with that stuff.
Do this again. Good time. And let's turn Thomas's mind around on Batman 89.
I don't think Thomas doesn't love it. I think Thomas doesn't understand it. Doesn't know.
That's why I said we need to turn his mind around. Once he watches it with us, we're just gonna be like, he's also gonna be like, you guys talk the whole fucking time.
No, I'm gonna give you guys a challenge. Make me re-love my childhood favorite movie again.
Oh yeah, I think we can do that.
That's what you guys need to do. Because
or what you can do to re-love it is just watch it, and
we could do that
instead of Batman Forever, which I'm sure was what you accidentally watched.
I wanted Val Kilmer's autograph, actually. Yeah.
Oh, I loved Batman Forever as a kid. I loved it as a kid. The toys and shit were great. I wanted that movie to be fucking awesome.
I want to see that Batman Forever director's edition that was supposed to.
Oh shit! I have a semi version of that if you want it.
Now, if you have,
It's not the Red Book edition. It's not the official director's cut, but it is a one that they added all the extended scenes and stuff. Mike and I actually watched that together as well.
How was it?
Wait, did we watch that together or no? We watched it separately.
Yes, we did. We did.
Yeah. And it has the bat. It has the giant bat. I can send you a copy of it. You just have to watch it. If you have a way to watch it on your TV, it's just a fan edit.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it seems like a fan idea of like an assembly cut sort of.
That seems cool to me. All right, guys, we're gonna fucking end this because
I love you guys.
I love you guys.
Thomas, I know it's late.
You guys need dinner. You guys need family time.
Nobody is watching right now, so we can just say goodbye. And if anyone's watching this on the recording, go watch the Flash.
Go watch the Flash. Cheers, guys, and stream.